Here we go. Kickoff just moments away at Jim Thorpe Stadium in rainy Shawnee, Oklahoma, between the Shawnee Wolves and your McAlester Buffaloes. I'm Brandon Green along with Phillip Jewell Jr. and Mr. Chase McNutt sideline as he is currently trying to move his rain pod all the way over.
You got to see him right there on the screen.
He's coming.
Hey, Chase, wave to the fans.
He's coming across the screen if you can see him if you're watching on the YouTube stream. But again, we have a very minimal broadcast tonight in terms of video production. We're just trying to keep everything dry tonight. We set up a canopy, and like I said, we have rain that's probably going to be in the forecast for the entire 3 hours that we have here in Shawnee. But the good news is, I'm going to knock on wood right now, the best I can, is that the storms look like they're going to stay away. The closest lightning that we have is 200 miles away. So it looks like, unless something pops up, which Oklahoma's weird, we should be okay for the next 3 hours. Just a little bit of rain. And, hey, this is what you always wanted. If you're a high school football player, both teams are getting warmed up earlier and getting amped up because they're like, I get to play in a rainy game. One of the last times that we got to play in a rainy game like this, it wasn't all game, but it was against Sapulpa a couple years back in 2022.
Yep.
And then there was the monsoon back in McAlester back in 2018 where McAlester wanted a Hail Mary against the Durant Lions. But we're going to get rain off and on. It's going to probably be a steady rain, but it'll increase and decrease as we go throughout the night. But we are excited to bring you another edition of McAlester Football. So thank you for joining us here on KNED. This will not be the final game. McAlester will be, again, going to the playoffs next week. All that's yet to be decided is if McAlester will be hosting the playoff game or if they're going to be going on the road somewhere. If McAlester wins this game tonight, they will host a playoff game next week. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If the Buffaloes lose this game, then we got to look at what's happening with Bishop Kelly. It's going to come down to points if Bishop Kelly wins that game. They cannot finish worse than third, though. So McAlester has either second or third. He cannot finish fourth. If the Buffaloes, again, lose this game and Bishop Kelly wins, it comes down to the points differential. If Bishop Kelly loses that game, McAlester will for sure be third if they lose because Shawnee jumps all the way up to second. But just win, got a home playoff game, don't got to travel anymore until, you might go to the quarterfinals. And, hey, history has had it before. You finish second, you're taking on the Titans in round 2.
Yeah, but, everybody loves a good underdog story, and anybody in Class 5A is an underdog when it comes to playing Carl Albert.
Yeah, you got to play him eventually if you want to be a championship winner, so why not go ahead and get it out of the way, right?
Exactly. Don't let them get there, because if they get there, chances are they win it.
So I think we're about to have our national anthem, so let's send it down to the field here at Jim Thorpe Stadium. We're now waiting. I know that they introduced the lady who I believe is going to sing the national anthem tonight. Oh, there's the band. Partner, you ready?
Oh, man, this is everything I've wanted out of a broadcast. Outside, we're in the elements, and it's rainy, and all you got to do now is win, and you're back at home next week in the playoffs.
Yep, we're underneath the canopy here in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Now, it took a lot to be able to get this broadcast up and going. We had to get our weather gear on. We've got our sideline man, Chase McNutt. He's sideline right now. And we knew it was going to be a pretty good crowd here in Shawnee because we went to the store yesterday to be able to get some of our rain suits, and there was plenty in stock yesterday. We go back today, you guys had a little bit of trouble finding those rain suits. So, Chase, and I'm going to get Phillip in this conversation as well. What has the process been like for you guys to get covered tonight so you don't get wet?
Well, it's been a process. As you guys know, I'll let the listeners in on it a little bit. I've gone through a couple of different rain suits trying to get this whole thing figured out. But it's been a process. It's been a fun process. Like Phillip said, this is everything I guess you would want in a broadcast. It's a unique situation, and it's super fun, and I wouldn't want to be doing it with any other crew. So I'm excited for tonight, and I hope we can pull out a win.
Phillip, you want to share your experience? That was wholesome. That was very wholesome.
Well, I want to give a shout out to my amazing father-in-law who gave me a set of frog togs. And this morning I get them out of my wife's car and I go to put them on and I can't get it over my fat thigh. And I said, wait a minute, something's not right. So I looked at the tag and I looked at my wife and I said, I can't wear a medium. And she goes, well, my dad was able to fit them and they were stretchy. And I said, yeah, but look at your dad, look at me. I was like, I'm a lot bigger than him. So I got to go to Walmart and I can't find them. So I was like, okay, well, I call out Woods and I go out there and they had a pair. I bought it. I bought that pair. And guess what? The waistline said it was 2 sizes bigger than what I wear, but it's 2 sizes too small.
So we've been ripping some suits so far.
So then I take that one back, get another one, and those are the pants that Chase is wearing tonight because he's ripped through 2 suits. And then,
Just one. Hey, just one. The other ones
just
didn't
one.
fit.
Sorry.
The other pants didn't fit.
And so then I had to go to Tractor Supply and get bibs, and now I understand why these were $27 because it's like they just quit making the material on one side, so it just hangs, and then the other side's fine. And so it's been the craziest day to get ready for this game. But like Chase said, I would not want to experience something like this with anybody else. This is the greatest crew on God's green earth.
This isn't the first time we've called a game in the rain, by the way, or called a rain game. This is the first time we've called a game in the rain, though. Usually we've been covered up by the press box. Nate looks like a Ghostbuster.
He does.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that right now. Yeah. So anyway, he's running our camera tonight right in front of us here. So we are about to have our coin toss. We have captains Pfeiffer Mitchell, Kason Washington Maisie, Connor Fields, also Cleveland Williamson and Braden Bumpus. And on the other side, I won't be able to get them in time before they come on over here. But it looks like Dace Shaw, number 21 for the Wolves, which would be Dawson McDaniel. Number 1, Ijan Thomas. And I can't see who's right next to Thomas. Looks like number 10, which would be Ryan High. Let's send things now down to the field for our coin toss with sideline man Chase McNutt.
All right, gentlemen, I'm Mike Joseph, your referee. This is Rick Dupuy, your umpire. McAlester here, the visiting team. That's going to be heads. That's tails. That's heads. That's tails. What are you going to call?
I want tails.
You call tails, correct?
Yes.
It is heads. You want to defer. Deferred. You're going to get the ball.
Won the toss.
Want the ball, right?
Chosen
Scoreboard. Okay, yeah. You're going to get the ball.
We have to?
No, you want to. If they defer, it's your choice.
Yeah, we want to kick.
No, you don't.
No, you don't, because you're going to kick twice.
You're going to kick twice because they deferred your choice to here.
Yeah, forgot the rule book.
Yeah, you don't want to kick.
No, you don't want to kick. So you're going to receive the ball. You're going to kick from the scoreboard, right? Back over this way.
This is why it's great to have a mic midfield.
That's
but
excellent.
For the first time in about 4 weeks, McAlester did not win the toss. Shawnee Wolves elected to defer. McAlester is going to be receiving, having the ball first, going right to left on your radio dial to get things started. Brandon.
I want to point something out really quick, okay?
Yeah.
Starting about 2016, 2017, Madden started taking away the coin flip. So it took away you being able to choose these things.
Right.
So these young men, they're just turning on their video game and then you're just kicking the ball
I
off.
see what you're getting at.
And
I see what you're getting at.
So I'm blaming Madden for taking away the coin flip. So these young men forget the rules. Yeah. And that was the most.
Someone said I had to open up the rule book. My bad. Hey, that was your coin toss brought to you by McAlester Clubbing Consignment. Consign with us and pick up great bargains. 1212 South Main McAlester behind Dollar General. We're going to have our Buffalo roll call. Let us know where you're listening from or watching from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Again, that is Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Can't promise you on Facebook we'll give you the best chance that we can here. But we are going to take a little bit of a break. And when we come back, we're going to be having, again, Buffalo roll call and then kickoff here about 2 minutes away from Jim Thorpe Stadium in Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Welcome back to Shawnee, Oklahoma. Here at Jim Thorpe Stadium as the Buffaloes and the Wolves have both taken the field. We're about to have kickoff here, and that is brought to you by Red Duck Tattoo Studio for all of your custom artwork, big or small, color or black and gray, now booking for fall. Gift certificates available, Red Duck Tattoo Studio, 219 East Chickasaw Avenue, McAlester. Must be 18 years or older. So, Phillip, real quick, your final thoughts before we get ready for the regular season finale here in the rain.
Man, you just got to be ready to play football. It's a big game tonight, and you got to battle the elements, but this is exactly what you want. And I see many Buffaloes out there with no sleeves on, no leggings, and they've been ready. They're embracing this one. And, hey, there ain't nothing left to do but silence any doubter across the state of Oklahoma who said that you couldn't get the job done on the road in the weather. Let's get it done tonight. Let's win a football game.
63 degrees at kickoff with some winds, and that chance of rain should go down to about 48% by the time the game ends tonight. So we have the McAlester Buffaloes moving the ball right to left across your radio dial or your video screen. About to kick it away will be number 31 for the Wolves, which is Rhett Neese. Back to return for the Buffaloes. Furthest back looks like Brandon Smith and Cleveland Williamson. Williamson has already returned one back for a touchdown this year. That was against the East Central Cardinals. So Neese has the ball pinned up. There's the kick, and it's football time in the Heartland as this one sails straight out of bounds. So McAlester will get this ball with good field position, I believe, at their own 35-yard line. So that brings out the McAlester offense. It's been a little while since they've started a game with the ball, I believe. But that brings out Casey Washington Mazey, 58% completion percentage, 13 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. He's thrown for 1,174 yards this year. And also Jordan Clark, who's coming off of a 17-carry, 138-yard, 2-touchdown performance in the win over the Durant Lions a week ago. We have Nathan Less now. Shout out from Casey and Nathan. Go Buffs and go Blade Smith from the sideline. Heal up quick. Want to give a shout out there, as we're going to try to make our way to our shout-outs as fast as we can here, trying to battle the elements while we do so. But thank you for tuning in to McAlester Football in Week 10 for a chance at a home playoff game. Buffaloes are going to be in the gun, starting it off. Jordan Clark on the right side of KWM. 2 receivers right, make that trips right, as Smith now moves in motion from the right to the left side to set up in the slot. Close to the line, ball in the near hash. First play of the game, handoff over to Smith in motion, running it right, trying to get the corner and slips and falls. We're going to see that a lot tonight.
Yep.
With the wetness, and we have a late flag coming in as well, with the wetness on the turf, we're going to end up seeing a whole bunch of slipping and falling, a whole bunch of drop passes and probably fumbles too. We'll see what the flag is. It's unsportsmanlike conduct right out of the gate. A 15-yard penalty on what would have been a loss of about, 3 or 4. Leads to 15 yards and a first down for the Buffaloes. So that first down is going to be brought to you by the fine folks at McAlester Direct Primary Care, offering 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. Call 918-233-6522. Not a bad start, getting a little bit of help from Shawnee in that instance.
Yeah, the coach on the other end, he's yelling he slipped, but I don't know if they jumped on him at the end or something.
Snap rolling out left as Casey Washington Mazey on first down. Looks, can't look anymore, and fires us on towards the cheerleaders, and now will be incomplete on first down. Brings up second down and 10. Buffaloes have the ball at their own 48-yard line. It's going to be a little bit harder for us to see what yard line everyone's at, and also the far side of the field. We're not as high as we usually are. Again, we're in the stands here. A tornado came back in April of 2023, and it was devastating for the Shawnee public school system. It tore up a lot of buildings around here. They're in the process of getting it all rebuilt. press box just a little bit later. But again, they let us come here super early to be able to set up our canopy. So thankful to the Shawnee athletic department for getting us all set up with this game here so that we can get it to you guys. We have trips right this time. Lone receiver on the near side looks to be Cleveland Williamson, 2nd down and 10 from their own 48. First handoff of the game to Jordan Clark, and he slips and falls again after he only gains about a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 9. This might be one for the record books. I'm telling you, we're going to have more slips and falls than I remember having. This is the first time also this year, or the first year that the Shawnee Wolves have had their brand new turf. It used to be all grass field.
I was about to say that, playing on turf when it's rainy is extremely slick. And sometimes it can even be like playing on ice. And right now you're starting to see it because if you're playing on grass, that grass slides with your feet. And turf, it just doesn't do it.
Trips left, 3rd down and 9. Passing situation here for the Buffs. Here's the snap. Back to pass is KWM. Looks for the screen pass. Finds Jordan Clark, but again, there's not much there. Makes the catch and is tackled down at the 50-yard line. That'll be a gain of 1, and it brings up 4th down and 8, and the Buffaloes will have to punt the ball away. As we have Mary Martin tuning in saying, let's go Buffs, fight hard, watching from home. Thank you for tuning in. We also have Papa Brown, that is Waylon Brown, saying, good job, Buffs, let's go Buffs. Watching from the house in the dry and looking for a win. Thank you for tuning in. Buffaloes will have to punt this one away on their opening drive. I think we're going to be having quite a bit of punts today. Again, usually you can make a juke move or a cut or something. When you plant your feet in that turf, it's just not going to give you much of an advantage tonight. I think you're going to slip more often than not. There's the snap. As Jackson McKinney barely gets this one away. It might have been partially tipped, and you can see the wetness, the water bounce up from around the 32-yard line, and it goes out of bounds around that area, so that's where the Wolves are going to begin this drive. Wolves averaging just under 25 points per game on the season, just under 300 yards per game. Zyron Campbell leading the way for the Shawnee offense, along with the running back next to him, Dietrich Beavers, who has ran for almost 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns on 179 carries. And whoever can run the ball best tonight is going to win this game. Almost point blank, period. Wolves are going to come out with the ball on the far hash at their own 32-yard line, moving left to right. Trips right for the Wolves. And Beavers is on the right side of Campbell. Rain coming in sideways. Not really heavy rain right now. It looks like it. Just a light rain. Here's a snap. Keeper by Campbell running it left. Not much there. I think he might have even lost a yard. Again, it's hard to see along that far sideline.
That snap was low, wasn't it, Chase?
Yeah, that snap was actually rolled to the quarterback. He just picked it up and took off because that was a broken play.
Yeah, but I looked from my spotter board at the last second. So Campbell wanted to do something other than take it himself, but he still got positive yards out of it. I believe that's a gain of 3.
No, McAlester was offsides or something.
Again, they're pointing and they're signaling the penalties on the far side of the field. It is hard to kind of see here from our vantage point, trying to look underneath the canopy. So it's the 1st down and 5 as McAlester was offsides. Here's, again, on 1st down, handoff Beavers, his first one of the day, and he's got good yardage out past the 40-yard line. Spins forward to around the 42, close to the 1st down marker. And the chains will move. He needed 5, got exactly 5 out to the Shawnee 42-yard line, staying on that far hash, and that will move the chains for the Wolves.
Just inside run right there. You got to be able to put a hat on a hat and get off of it.
9:55 left in the first quarter. Here's a snap, handoff again. Beavers right up the middle, and then swung down at the 45-yard line by number 5, Braden Bumpus. That's a gain of 3, brings up 2nd down and 7.
Right there, you saw Bump. He read it perfectly. And everybody else on that inside, they're all hooked up man on man. And Bumpus works over the top through the trash and was able to make that play.
A lot of good holes here early by the Shawnee Wolves. Again, their average height weight, 6'3", 289. McAlester only has one player on their starting offensive line that's 6'3" or taller. And their next closest guy in weight is 25 pounds lighter than this massive offensive line by the Wolves. Here's snap. And a late handoff. Looked like it could have been an option play. Beavers works his way through the pile, gets positive yards out to the 49, and the whistles will blow him dead there. Might have been the 48. We'll see where they officially put him at. But we're going to look at 3rd down and short. Looked like it shouldn't have been much of anything there. It should have been no gain. But again, Beavers, I tell you, he brings a little bit of pop with his elusiveness, with the speed. He was able to keep his feet moving and makes this 3rd down a little bit more manageable in the wet conditions. 3rd and 3.
I mean, that's what you're asking for in running back. And right now, they're not trying to stretch it out. They're just coming at you right in the hitting you in the face and keeping it between the tackles.
Snap, 3rd and 3, handoff Beavers again. Beavers up the middle, still stays on his feet, but planted at the 50-yard line, going to be 2 yards shy. So an early choice to be made here by head coach Jason Madonna, also the offensive coordinator. He was the OC for Del City 2 years ago when the Buffaloes went to Del City and won in comeback fashion in overtime. And at the time, both teams were ranked at the top of the AP polls, tied for number 1. So that's why that name might sound familiar to you. Looks like they're gonna go for it here. It's gonna be more of a wildcat formation with Daze Shaw, who also has 46 carries for 250 yards. They have their own sort of dozer package, but it's more so of a wildcat formation. They got 9 seconds to snap, but they're looking back over the far sideline, and the Shawnee Wolves are going to have to call an early timeout with 7:59 left in the first. No score, 4th and 2 coming up for the Wolves here on KNED.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
That might have been one of the fastest timeouts I've ever seen. So, again, 30 seconds and we were back. And after talking about it a little while, now it looks like the Wolves are going to punt the ball away. So from the 50-yard line, back deep to return will be Jackson McKinney. With the wind blowing in sideways with the rain, there's a snap, there's the punt. It's high in the air, a good one. They'll be taking a Shawnee bounce into the end zone, though. Did it go out of bounds or did it go across the goal line? It went out of bounds. That's a fantastic coffin corner punt. And that will have the Buffaloes start this drive just a little bit past their own 5-yard line. Chase, you want to say something?
It's hard to hear, but I'm just letting you guys know. They did mark it at the 6-yard line, I believe. So,
again, Chase is our eyes and ears on the ground. He's sidelined today, so he's a little bit better view from that angle. Again, we're about as high as we can be here tonight on the visiting sidelines. Buffaloes will start this drive, though, at their own 6-yard line, and field position is going to be a really, really big deal tonight. Because if the Buffaloes have to punt it away and can't get a first down out of this, Shawnee short field position. So I think that was the right call there by Coach Madonna when faced with 4th and 2. I believe that's Jordan Clark on the right side of KWM. We're going to run trips left again. Ball in the far hash, first down and 10. Snap, handoff, Clark up the middle. Clark's got some daylight, past the 20-yard line, still on his feet, down the far sideline now, and he'll get out to around the 27-yard line. Great play on first down by Jordan Clark to move the chains and then some. Jordan Clark averaging 8.7 yards a carry on the season. Went for 138 last week with 2 touchdowns. Biggest play so far of the game in this early period. 7:39 left in the first quarter. Buffaloes have the ball now at their own 28-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful inside run, and they took a little page out of Shawnee's book. Run it between the tackles, and Jordan Clark got his motor going, and he wasn't going to be denied.
Once again on the far hash, here's the snap. Give it back over to Jordan Clark. Clark, good cut at the line of scrimmage, but he runs into a brick wall. Gain of about 1 or 2. Brings up second down and long. So, Chase, Phillip, you guys played a little bit more high school football than I did. What would have your reaction been if you got to play in this kind of weather?
Oh, we got a late flag, by the way. Chase, what just happened?
I turned around and looked at you when Brandon mentioned I did not see what the late flag was.
Well, we'll wait and see what the flag is first, and we'll continue this conversation a little bit later on.
Devion's pointing unsportsmanlike on them.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's continue that conversation. Would you have loved to play a game in this type of weather?
Well, as a quarterback, it's not the most fun, I will say, but playing in the rain at any point in time, it's a fun experience. I will say that.
Phil, you were more at linebacker. You would have loved to play in this kind of weather.
Yeah, and we actually kind of got a game like this, semifinals against Guthrie. I believe it was 2011.
That was 11, but again, the rain kind of ended. It was just super cold.
Right, it was super cold, but it wasn't really rain. It was ice hitting our helmets. So I'll never forget that one.
Unsportsmanlike puts the ball at the 45-yard line. McAlester marching, first down 10. A little bit of trouble with the snap, and Casey Washington-Mazey has nowhere to go. He's going to be sacked inside his own 40-yard line, right around the 37. And again, that was trouble with the snap there. No, Chase is probably about to say that too, right?
I also will say that KWM, Casey Washington-Mazey, has been coming to the sideline and getting the play call from head coach Adam Hass each play. So that's a little bit of a new wrinkle, maybe just trying to play a little bit slower tonight given all the weather and the elements.
Now again, we're supposed to have a constant rain, again, sometimes heavier than other times, but it's supposed to be that rain all through the next 3 hours. 6:22 and ticking left in the first quarter. No score between the Buffaloes and the Shawnee Wolves. McAllister's had a couple of first downs so far this drive. They had one on their opening drive. This is the second drive tonight so far for the Buffs. Trips left, second down and long. Snap is a little bit low, rolling out left. KWM looking downfield. No one's there. Great pancake block as Washington Maisie will get out of bounds along the near sideline for a gain of a few yards. Still brings up third down and long. I don't know who laid into somebody over here on the left side of the line, but that was a brutal block. Again, tonight, if you're wondering why we may not have instant replay, we have the very most minimal stuff that we can run today so we can make sure we can get it from the stands while trying to keep everything dry, too. Don't have a whole lot of space tonight and trying to keep everything dry as well. But Nate Brown doing a fantastic job on the video stream, as always. Halfway through the first quarter, we have third down and 13 coming up for the Buffaloes. Ball in the near hash at their own 41-yard line. Clark's on the left side of KWM, 6 to snap it, trips right. 4, 3, there's the snap. Back to pass, Washington Maisie. Blind side, he's going to get sacked. And he slides across the turf in with the sack number 2. That is Jameer Owens. He came in untouched on the blind side of Case and Washington Maisie. And like a slip and slide across the turf, they slid about an extra 3 or 4 yards.
Chase, did you see if they were in bear, like head up, or if that was just a outside backer blitz? Like, did you see?
It looked like it looked like a straight outside backer blitz that was just untouched.
Yeah, Owens is the outside backer for the Wolves. That was a nice play call up there for the defensive coordinator, Mike Blitch. As this time, Jackson McKinney's going to fake it on a fake punt down the far sideline, and he can't get anywhere close to the first down. McAllister trying to say that they have it. He had to get to the other side of the 50 to the 45. McKinney still went with it and got pretty good yardage, but still needed to get another 6 yards. So instead of punting the ball away, the Buffaloes are going to give it off to the Shawnee Wolves around midfield. This will actually be at the 49-yard line on McAllister side of the 50. So first down and 10 for the Wolves from the McAllister 49. You had to get to the Shawnee 45, and McKinney was just about 6 yards shy. So good field position here for the Wolves. 5:12 left to go in the first. No score between the Buffs and the Wolves. Ball in the far hash. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Here's the snap. Hand off to Beavers. Beavers up the middle again after patiently waiting. Nothing there. Clogged up and taken down for a gain of about 1, maybe nothing. Second down and long coming up. Yeah, no gain on the carry, brings up second down and 10. And by the way, the band tonight, not in the stands. They set up 3 canopies over there on the left side. They're playing underneath the Pride of McAllister, underneath the canopies tonight. They're still going hard.
Yeah, I want to say Gavin Mason just checked out, number 53. Is that him, Gavin?
53 would be Brandon Douglas.
Brandon Douglas checked out. Nolan Hardo just checked in.
Snap, second down and 10. Quick pass is incomplete. With his hand up in the air, I think it was deflected by Drayton Pouncil. It brings up third down and 10 now for the Wolves.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a passing down right here. And McAllister, if they can just work their way into the backfield, this could be a very big play for them.
Again, the Shawnee Wolves on third down and long came in with an outside backer blitz. Does McAllister do something a little similar? Empty backfield, 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the near side, or 2 to the short side. Snap is low, having to pick it up and run with it as he's got his jersey tugged on and taken down around the 46-yard line. That's the second time tonight we've seen a bad snap with the rain find its way to quarterback Zyron Campbell, trying to make something happen. Not much there. Gain of only 3 yards, brings up fourth down and 7 from the McAllister 46-yard line. It looks like the Wolves are going to have to punt this one away. I think it was Drayton Pouncil that once again made the tackle. He's had a really good last 2 weeks.
Drayton Pouncil came up, and Noah Leonardo came up as well. Chase, did you see which one grabbed him first? Was it Drayton or Noah?
It was Leonardo. He was the first one to grab hold.
Great play by Noah Leonardo. Here's the punt. Straight liner. Really good one last time. This one will bounce towards the goal line. This one will go over the goal line instead of a coffin punt. Coffin corner punt, and now the Buffaloes will take over at their own 20-yard line. 3:48 left to go in the first quarter. Pretty much what we expected, boys, right? We expected this one to be a rainy one, not a lot of first downs. I don't think McAllister's made it past the 50-yard line yet. The Wolves have stalled out around the 50 the last 2 drives after pretty good field position, but this is what we expected. It's going to be a defensive battle. Whoever scores first might win this game. And they're playing bangers here at Jim Thorpe Stadium. Got some All-American rejects here.
20th reunion.
20th reunion. So that's why they're playing some 2004. So that's why they're playing some mid-2000s hits. Thank you, Nate. Ball in the far hash. 3 receivers to the left. At their own 20, here's the snap. Hand off up the middle. Can't tell who that is with the carry. There's not much there. Jordan Clark with the carry, and he's tackled for a loss. Clark a little slow to get up. But he'll make himself off the turf. Gain of only 1 brings up 2nd down and 9. But, Chase, you didn't really get a chance to talk earlier. This is about what we expected, right?
Yeah, it's about what you expected. It was funny. You mentioned the first one that scores may win this game. It's funny because I'm standing over here with DJ from the McAlester News Capital, and he just said the same exact thing. It's going to be a tough, gritty game, and the team that scores first may end up being victorious here tonight.
And it doesn't even have to be an offensive score. A safety could win you this football game, too.
No joke. We've seen 2 of them this year.
Yeah.
2nd down and 9 here from the 21, McAllister's side of the 50. Got 3 seconds to snap it. Washington May's got to be quick. With 1 on the clock, gets it off. Blitz is coming up. 1-on-1 pass to the near side. Over to Cleveland Williamson. Can't make the catch, but we have plenty of yellow hankies coming out on the turf of Jim Thorpe Stadium. That's going to move the chains for the Buffaloes an extra 15 yards, and that'll move the chains for McAlester with 2:53 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that wasn't even he stopped for that ball. He just got assaulted before the ball got there. And easy call from the officials. But that's also a call right there as an official. You're going to throw the flag if you see him if he doesn't catch the ball. But sometimes if they do catch it, you don't see that flag come out sometimes in contact like that.
By the way, Taylor Barr checking in saying go Buffs. Thank you, Coach Barr. By the way, I like the game plan so far. I mean, even though you're going to run heavy in this game, you got to let it fly sometimes too. You can't be one-dimensional.
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep the defense surprised, and you got to get those guys out of the box, because if all you're going to do is run, they're going to stack the box and you can't move the football.
That moves the ball to the 36-yard line. Again, Shawnee showing pressure. Here's the snap, handoff. Jordan Clark sweeping left. Got to get the corner. He does so to the 40-yard line, to the 45, and muscles his way towards midfield for a first down gain of 13. Move the chains.
Devion Bickham. I want to praise this young man. Downfield blocking, blocks the corner into the safety, and got a 2-for-1 special. When runs bounce to the outside and you want explosive plays, you want your receivers blocking downfield. And you want to sometimes get and utilize the worst tackler on the team on the running back. But Davion Bickham said, no, sir, I'm just going to take them both out of the picture. And that's what gave Jordan Clark that extra boost once he turned the corner.
McAlester for the first time at midfield. They got close to it their last drive. H-back left, 2 receivers to the right side. Jordan Clark moves to the right side of KWM. Here's the snap with 1 on the clock.
No.
Drops the ball. Case Washington Maisie on top of it. I still think he has the ball. Again, just a lot of slipping here with the pigskin tonight. That'll be a loss of about 3 or 4 yards, and it brings up 2nd down and long.
2nd down.
I think there was a little bit of miscommunication, too, or it was an option play, because Jordan Clark at first, he didn't look like he was looking for the handoff. He was going straight to block, and Case Washington Maisie kind of held the ball out a little bit longer there.
And the ball slipped out of his hands. Honestly,
you're gonna see that a lot tonight.
And that's just how it is when the ball is soaked and wet. It's just going to slip out of your hands. It's just how football goes.
2nd down and 13. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Snap, handoff. Jordan Clark sweeping right. Clark tries to get to the corner. This time cannot do so, and he'll have his forward progress stopped for a loss of a yard. And that brings up 3rd down and about 13. Buffalo's been able to move the chains, but have not been able to get past the 50-yard line yet tonight. We have Coach MacArthur's parents. They're staying dry in Lavon, Texas, saying go Buffs. Thank you for checking in here as well. You can Buffalo Roll Call. Let us know where you're listening from or watching from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. It's the best way to be able to get in with us. If you cannot, then again, Facebook, but we can't promise you that we'll be able to get in touch.
You know, we've been getting rain over here on this side of the state. Have you seen the Panhandle?
Snow.
7 inches of snow, and they're getting 7 to 12 more this weekend.
3rd and 14 for the Buffaloes. Another passing situation here. Snap to Case Washington Maisie, rolling out right, looking for the screen pass. Finds a man. It's Pfeiffer and Mitchell, but there's nothing there. This is going to be a big loss in the play, actually. Loss of about 2 or 3, and it brings up 4th down and long, and the Buffaloes once again have a drive stall out around midfield. Both teams have had their drive stall out around midfield. 60 seconds left in the first quarter with no score between the Buffs and the Wolves. Forward progress, I think, is pretty generous there for the Buffaloes, saying it was stopped at the 45-yard line for only a loss of 1, but we will take that. So McKinney will punt this one away. He went for the fake punt earlier, could not get it. If he's going to do it again, he needs 15 yards. 40 seconds left. Here's the snap. McKinney just going to easy punt this one away. End-over-end kick. That'll bounce inside the 30-yard line. Takes a Buffalo bounce towards the 25. Down at the 24. Whistles get blown with 28 seconds left. Clock continues to still run until 26. And that is how the Wolves are going to begin this drive. I think this is their worst starting field position so far. Isn't that right, Phillip?
Yeah, they had the ball on their own 32. They had the ball on McAlester 49. And now they have the football on their own.
Looks like 24.
24-yard line.
So again, we're waiting on the Wolf offense to come on out. Like I said, though, hey, if it's a 20-year reunion for the 2004 Shawnee Wolves, I'm digging the music that they're playing over here, by the way. Chase, am I a little old? I know you're only a few years younger than us, but are you still into this music?
I've known every song so far. I'm with you. This is awesome. This is my kind of thing, man. These kids today don't know.
We did have a penalty, though.
Oh.
McKinney's going to come back to punt it. Don't know. I didn't see what the penalty was on. The flag was over there by where McKinney punted the ball away. And it was on McAlester because it's going to move him back 10 yards. It might be holding.
I think they might repunt it. That's what it looks like.
They are repunting, but it was a loss of 5 yards. It might have been an illegal motion or something. Here's something to keep. I don't know if he's usually on the field. I'd maybe not just never notice it, but Kason Washington-Mazey has come out onto the field here on 4th down and 20.
I was about to say, he's an up man.
Now he's moving out to the near side. Buff's got 9 seconds to snap at 4th and 20 coming up. Jackson McKinney gets the ball. He will punt it away. This one's not blocked. Even a better punt here from McKinney as it bounces inside the 30-yard line again. Takes a Buffalo roll in the rain to the same spot. We're back to the exact same spot we were at before. 24-yard line. What are the chances that we have 2 punts back-to-back land at the exact same spot? 17 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. No score between the Buffaloes and the Shawnee Wolves. So forget about everything that we just said earlier. Or maybe you can just remember everything we said earlier. All the change was 9 seconds off the clock. This is probably our last play before the end of the first quarter. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more time in between breaks for our commercial breaks. That last time out was only 30 seconds that we had earlier. First down and 10, handoff to Beavers. Beavers, nothing there. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage, and that will be the end of the first quarter. No score between the Buffaloes and the Shawnee Wolves in rainy Shawnee, Oklahoma at Jim Thorpe Stadium. You're listening to McAlester Football here on KNED.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
I love fall. Cool breeze, cozy sweaters, and Fit Nissan of McAllister's falling prices. Exactly, just like the leaves change colors, our prices keep dropping. Have you seen the new Rogue? It's as bold as autumn red. Or the sleek black Altima, smooth as crisp November nights. With these prices, you'll be falling in love with your new ride before the last leaf hits the ground. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fit Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fitnissan.com.
Welcome back to Shawnee, Oklahoma, as we're about to begin quarter number 2. Second down and 10 coming up for the Wolves from their own 24-yard line. No score between the Buffs and the Wolves here in rainy Pottawatomie County. But again, that didn't stop McAlester fans from really packing the stands. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. Pistol formation here for the Wolves. 2 receivers right. Looks like a tight end on the right side as well. Here's the snap. Pass out near side. Caught. First completion of the day for either team. And it's to number 4, Ramel Slaughter Bay, for a gain of about 5. Brings up 3rd down and 5. But Chase, we haven't talked a little bit about the crowd yet. How did McAlester travel with all this weather?
Well, it was a little bit worrisome within an hour of the game, but now they've shown out. It's almost packed on this side, which is something to say with how bad the weather is. See a bunch of umbrellas, a bunch of ponchos. People came prepared tonight and to hopefully cheer on a win.
Yep, if McAlester wins, they clinch the 2 seed in 5A3. They will host a playoff game next week if they win this game. If they lose, we got to see what happens with Bishop Kelly. 2 receivers right, 2 left. They're going to stack the receivers on the near side. 3rd and 5 coming up. There's the snap. Back to pass Campbell. Campbell looking left, passes it off now right on the screen pass. It's incomplete. Looking for Dietrich Beavers on the right side. Again, if you listen to the pregame show, I was mentioning you can expect a lot of what you saw in Michael Washington from Booker T a couple weeks ago with Dietrich Beavers. He hasn't taken a snap off so far at the running back spot. But this will be a 3-and-out for the Wolves, and the Buffaloes will get the ball back and maybe their best field position of the game. So far, that hasn't been favoring them at all, being able to have to start a lot of drives inside their own 20-yard line or around there. 11:44 left to go in the first half. We're about to have more Buffalo roll call after this punt. But so far, showing out the punter has been number 23, Lance Williams. He's been very, very good so far. There is the punt, a sky-high one to Jackson McKinney, standing back at his own 35. He lets it bounce, takes a Shawnee bounce inside the 30, and still Williams gets it done. This one will be down to around the 22-yard line, and that's where the Buffaloes will start this drive. By the way,
we got a hold on
Yeah, we've got a flag back near where the punt was made, and it's going to be against Shawnee.
So we might repunt this ball. Well, we'll see what happens here. But again, Lance Williams, I didn't get to mention this. He's averaging nearly 40 yards a punt. His long on the year, 60 yards on a punt this year. The senior having a great senior night so far. So we will repunt this ball, it looks like.
Chase, is that rain getting even harder down there now?
Yes, it has picked up a little bit. It's getting a little bit more intense, but hey, it's par for the course tonight.
Ain't that the truth?
We're gonna be going to overtime in this game like the infamous Frank Beamer pitcher, both hands in the air.
0-0. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if the Buffaloes send the house here.
I would. When you're down this far, this deep, send it.
Inside the 20-yard line. Williams has got the ball. There's the punt. Can't block it. This one will bounce at the 45-yard line and take a McAlester bounce all the way past the 50-yard line. So instead of it being inside the 25, now McAlester will start this drive with their very first play on Shawnee's side of the 50-yard line. It'll be at the Shawnee 49. 11:25 left to go in the first half. McAlester tied up with the Wolves 0-0. We've got Crystal Barlow saying, "We appreciate the hard work, guys. Y'all are doing awesome. Thank you so much." Randy Hughes, the legend. I still owe him a cheeseburger from Brahms after the bet on the World Series. He says, "Go Buffs," watching from home. And Charlie Gillespie says, "I'm here at Shawnee, floated in on the evening tide." Thank you, Charlie, for tuning in. Again, one of our best fans there in Charlie Gillespie. Even when he's in the stands, listens to the call. Love it. By the way, you can do that. KNED app, wherever you get your apps from. Look for that blue logo.
McAlsterRadio.com in your search bar, too.
Yep, KNED tab there. First down and 10 from the Shawnee 49-yard line. Near hash, 2 receivers to each side. Brandon Smith in the slot, rolls to the left side. Here's the snap. Casey Washington Mazie going one-on-one over Devion Bigham. Good throw. No, a little bit too far. Bigham beat his man at the line of scrimmage. Passed just a little bit too far for Bigham. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. I don't think people understand just how hard it is to be able to place a ball on a pillow in the rain like this. It's hard enough to be able to get a handoff or a snap. But that one was just a little bit too far for Bigham, who made a good move at the line, just couldn't connect. Brings up 2nd down and 10 from the Shawnee 49.
Also, we are going north, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
the
yeah,
wind
that's right.
is out of the south, so that ball probably also caught some wind and just missed it by a little as well.
Gusts around 20 miles per hour right now in Shawnee, by the way. Snap, handoff on 2nd down and 10. And grabbed by his jersey is Jordan Clark for a loss. If he breaks through that jersey tackle, I think he has pretty good yardage there, but instead it's going to be a loss of about 2 or 3. And that's another thing about the wet turf here. Like you said, it's almost like walking on ice here a little while. So normally he would just rip through that jersey tackle. Now he's got to kind of tiptoe himself, make sure he stays on his feet. The littlest of tackles or pushes will send you flying tonight.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and we saw that on that sack on Kaysen a few drives ago when he just got hit on that blind side. Once they hit that turf, they slid for about a solid 3 or 4 feet. So you just got to be very careful.
3rd and 13 again for the Buffaloes. H-back left, here's the snap. Hand off Jordan Clark on 3rd and long, runs it left, and in net at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a loss of 1. You've got 2 pretty good defenses facing off against each other today. Shawnee is only giving up 15.6 points per game in district play. For the Buffaloes, they're giving up 14 points on the season so far. And the Buffaloes, I don't see their punt team coming on out here on 4th down and 11. And usually when you run it on 3rd down and long, you have the intentions of going for it. Buffaloes didn't get enough yards. Yeah, they didn't get enough yards, so they're going to try to punt this one away with Jackson McKinney late. 10 to snap it here. McKinney standing back at his own 40-yard line with the ball set at the 50. Back deep to return is Dace Shaw. There's the snap. There's the boot. McKinney gives this one over to Shaw. Shaw looking for it. He'll have a chance to return it. Grabs it at his own 15-yard line. Moving forward. Past an ankle tackle. Jumps over another man. Out past the 35-yard line. Still on his feet. To the 37. Good return by Dace Shaw, who's averaging 15 yards per return in his senior campaign. To give the Wolves a pretty average field position. Not too bad. Just inside their own 40-yard line. 9:33 left to go in the first half. 0-0 our score. With not a lot of timeouts being had so far, and we just switching back and forth, we're going to try to get a lot of our sponsors some love during halftime here. Make it a little bit quicker, as there won't be much to talk about at halftime at this pace. It rained. Trips left, snap, handoff. Beavers up the middle. Beavers ran into his own man, and he stumbles forward about another 2 or 3 yards.
Beavers on the carry.
Not too bad of a carry, though, on first down to bring up 2nd down and 7. And, yeah, the rain is getting harder. We can hear it on our canopy here.
Oh, yeah. You can see it now. The wind ain't pushing it. It's just coming down now.
This is about as hard as the rain's going to get tonight, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for sure. 2 receivers to the left. 2nd down and 8 for the Wolves. 9 minutes left to go in the first half. In the pistol, there's the snap back to Campbell. Campbell looking to pass left. No one's there. Now steps up and tries to run it. Sweeping right. Now high steps to the 45-yard line and takes a big lick.
Ladies and gentlemen, Braden Bumpus ran a solid little spy on that back end from that outside backer spot. And once Campbell started to go, Bumpus just turned and just came down the hill and made a great football play.
Still a decent gain of about 5 yards, brings us up 3rd down and 3. But you see Campbell high stepping over there?
Yeah.
I mean, he was trying to look like Barry Sanders there with the high steps. That's very risky to do with the wet turf we've been mentioning here. 3rd and 3 from their own 45-yard line. Can the Buffaloes turn away the Wolves again? Trips left. 8:16 left to go in the first half. No score. There's the clap. It goes behind Campbell, and the Buffaloes jumping on it. They can't grab it. Beavers jumps back on it inside of the 35-yard line, and the Buffaloes will force the Wolves to punt it away again. This one on a snap that slid through the hands of Zyron Campbell.
Well,
I have a feeling we're going to be talking about this game for a long time. Now, we mentioned the monsoon back in 2018 against the Durant Lions. McAllister's walk-off miracle, well, close to a walk-off miracle. I think it might be raining even harder here tonight. So inside their own 35-yard line, here comes Williams to punt the ball away again. This one's going to be a high punt. McKinney tells everyone to get out of the way. This one was shanked. The first bad punt tonight by Williams only travels about, I'd say about 20 yards, maybe 19. As the Buffaloes will start this drive at the Shawnee 49-yard line. 7.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Since we can't get into a commercial break yet, we have enough time to be able to at least thank our sponsors. Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, WE Offered Propane, The Bank and A, Buck Wilson Freeman Body Shop, Fenton Nissan, Vickers Power Sports, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, Vickers Furniture, KC Farm Machinery, Blackburn Plumbing, Heating and Air, First Realty, Caring Hands Healthcare, Bank First, and Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester. I think that we need to start building in, like, media timeouts at these high school games. Can we start doing that?
don't do that. You might make Josh Heupel mad again.
Yeah, I probably will make Josh Heupel mad. I think we're going to be having Drayton Pouncil the running back this time on the right side of Casey Washington Maisie, and we have, I think, maybe early movement or timeout. McAlester timeout. 7:27 left to go in the first half. No score here on KNED.
Kawasaki's Ridge and Ridge XR family set the new off-road standard, built for work and play. Ridge side-by-sides deliver versatile performance with a powerful 4-cylinder engine and premium interior features. For even more trail-taming power, the Ridge XR family offers more horsepower and versatility for rugged work or advanced play. This is peak premium performance. Shop the full Kawasaki Ridge lineup today at Vickers Power Sports, 1904 South Main, McAlester.
As we cheer on the Buffaloes for a great season, make sure your home is just as game ready with Freeze and Flare Heat and Air. Whether it's keeping warm during those chilly game nights or staying cool when the heat is on, we've got you covered with top-notch heating and cooling. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air today and enjoy home comfort that's always in the winning zone. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485. Go Buffs! Welcome back to Shawnee, Oklahoma. Braden Bumpus in a quarterback here next to Drayton Pouncil. So thank you to Chase McNutt who let us know that during that timeout. McAllister's got 2 left. Shawnee does as well. Here as we have 7:27 left to go in the first half. Snap to Bumpus, hands off to Drayton Pouncil. Running it left, met at the line of scrimmage, nothing going on right there. Drayton Pouncil coming into the game last week against Durant was averaging a first down every time he touched the rock. Last week had a little bit of trouble. He only had 1 yard on 3 carries, but still on the season averaging around 9 yards a carry. That one a gain of only 1, 2nd down and 9. Again, Buffaloes have the ball at the Shawnee 48-yard line. 7 minutes left to go in the first half. No score between the Buffs and the Wolves. By the way, someone is listening to us here in the stands. I can kind of hear it around the area here. I like that.
Oh, yeah, I just heard that echo.
Trips right. Rain coming down now. Here's the snap. Handoff Pouncil again. Pouncil right up the gut. 40-yard line to the 35. He's dragging defenders past the 30 to the 25. The Buffaloes are knocking on the door of the red zone. I just saw Braden Bumpus, as soon as he handed the ball off over to Drayton Pouncil, he put both of his hands up in the air as it's a first down for the Buffaloes, brought to you by McAlester Direct Primary Care. 24/7 access to your provider. Call 918-233-6522. Look at the offensive line parting the seas. Same personnel here. Here's the snap. Handoff Pouncil again. Right up the gut. Drayton Pouncil to the 15, to the 10. Past 1 tackle. He's got a piggyback ride all the way down to the goal line, and he's going to get into the end zone. There is a flag down. We'll see what it's on. But Drayton Pouncil said, "Get on my back and I'll carry you." Literally. Chase, did you see what the flag was, though?
Man, unfortunately, it looks like they were pointing towards the McAlester side. One of the officials were. I really hope that it's not, but it was in the area of the ball carrier. It looks like the flag was on the 4-yard line. So we'll see, but it looked like it was pointing towards McAlester.
Buffaloes have their PAT team out there. I think it might be on Shawnee. It's a face mask.
They're going to take it on the kick.
So they'll take it on the kick. So it is a touchdown run. Drayton Pouncil, McAllister's on the board. And this will be interesting, folks. Strap in. Let's see what this PAT has in store with the rain. Wyatt Phillips on to attempt it. The holder is Grant Mullins. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up, and it is, hey, not a thing. No, he missed it. Missed it left. Looked good from here, but he missed it left. Again, we don't have the best of views, but the Buffaloes do lead 6-0. 6:16 left to go in the first half, courtesy of a touchdown run by Drayton Pouncil. We'll be back in just a moment here on KNED.
Well, the holiday season is upon us, which means family and friends will be over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and at Vickers Furniture, our showroom is full of name brand furniture at great savings and easy financing. Plus, there's free turkeys. Not only that, but you can get your $10,000 tickets here too. And did I mention a free turkey? Drop by Vickers Furniture for details. Vickers, 2nd and Choctaw, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
Some zero-turn riding lawnmowers concentrate on performance. Others stay focused on comfort. But whoever said it's an either-or situation? With Gravely, you get plenty of both. And the ProTurn 300 is a perfect example. This newly designed mower is loaded with innovative features and is designed to keep the operator mowing comfortably from dawn to dusk. The Gravely ProTurn 300, the right balance of comfort and performance. Available at KC Farm Machinery, right across from the McAlester Union Stockyards.
Got McAlester football alum Jackson Smith tuning in saying, "Let's go, Buffs." Thank you for checking in, buddy. Buffaloes lead 6-0 after a big boy run by Drayton Pouncil. He gave a Wolf a piggyback ride into the end zone. 6:16 left to go in the first half. McAlester leading 6-0, and after the personal foul on the Wolves on that touchdown carry, Buffaloes will kick this one away from the Shawnee 45. There's the boot from Phillips. It is on the way. Did he get it through the uprights? No, but it does sail past the end zone, and McAlester will make the Wolves start this drive at their own 20-yard line. Phillip, we have a drive summary.
Give me 1 second. Yes, sir. That was a 3-play, 49-yard touchdown drive. Took 1 minute and 14 seconds off the clock. Capped off with that 26-yard touchdown run by Drayton Pouncil, and the point after was unsuccessful. That's your drive summary by T&W Tire. Come by and say hi to Gil and Doug and see their technicians for brakes, suspensions, and alignments, along with their 24-hour road service. That's T&W Tire McAlester, 918-426-6571.
All of a sudden had trouble handing off the ball, taking care of the ball. 2 runs right up the middle. Drayton Pouncil, touchdown. McAllister's up 6-0. Wolves start this drive at their own 20-yard line, man in motion. There's a little bit of movement. This will be a false start. Wolves are going to start this drive 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, 1st and 15 coming up. So, Chase, you got the better view there from where you're at. I mean, it just looked like the seas were parted there for Drayton Pouncil, if you can hear us.
Yeah, that's essentially what it was, Brandon. And like you already mentioned, carried not just one, but I think there was 2 Wolves he carried with him into the touchdown. That's what you call a big boy run.
The roster only has him at 6'1", 185, but man, he just looked like he just bullied everybody on that way to the crib. 1st and 15, snap to Campbell, handoff Beavers, rushing left. Beavers got a little bit of space, not for long. Pfeiffer Mitchell in the area for the tackle, and that brings up 2nd down and long. Gain of only about 1 or 2. 2nd down and long coming up.
Perfect play, perfect read right there, Pfeiffer Mitchell. He's seen him go into the outside, and he knew where to put his hand. He was able to grab that jersey, shoulder pads, kind of spin him around. Sometimes when you're reaching like that, you could get caught reaching at a face mask, maybe even a horse collar. Great play there, Pfeiffer Mitchell.
So 2nd down and long from inside their own 20-yard line. Wolves down by 6, trips left. Snap to Campbell. Campbell back to pass, looking left. Going to go for the deep pass to the near side on an out route, and it's thrown a little bit short, intended for number 4. And looking for, once again, Ramel Slaughter Bay, who has the only catch so far tonight for either team. Slaughter Bay on the season, 9 receptions for 173 yards and a touchdown. He's a 6', 155 sophomore. And this will bring up 3rd down and long. This is exactly where you want to be if you're the McAlester defense. By the way, we do have some people checking in. Spencer Stinchcomb of McAlester Baseball says, tuned in from the comfort of my dry house. Go Buffs. We'll be calling his games here in not too long, coming up in the spring. Looks like empty backfield. We're going to be having 5 wide as Beavers is set out in the slot over here on the near side. 3rd and 13. The ball goes behind Campbell. Campbell picks it up inside the goal line and just chunks this one. And that will be incomplete. Thrown around the area of somebody, but he didn't even put a bend in his elbow. He threw it like he was throwing a javelin. He straight-armed that throw. He threw it like he was throwing a grenade. Yeah. That's what he did in a bunker.
And he got it beyond the line of scrimmage, and there was 2 receivers in that area, so it's not intentional grounding.
No, it's not. Not a bend in the elbow. Threw it like a grenade. What a play by Campbell. The snap is high to Williams. There's the boot. Barely got it away from a Buffalo. The punt's going to be short. Gets away from all Buffaloes that were trying to help out McKinney on the return, but it's another fantastic one by Williams as he gets this one, as he kicked it around his own goal line, got it out to the McAlester 46. Booming punt again from Lance Williams as he was able to avenge his last punt that went only about 19 yards. So the Buffaloes start this drive at their own 46-yard line, coming off of a touchdown run by Drayton Pouncil on their last drive. 5:05 left to go in quarter number 2. McAlester leading 6-0.
I don't know if that's the band or if that's just some fans, but they brought a canopy over here too, in the bleachers.
I think they're just fans. That's the McAlester, not student section, but the fan club. So Jordan Clark is back in at running back as Braden Bumpus will stay quarterback on this drive. And we have some discussion going on here along the near sideline. I think it's just an official discussion. I now know they're speaking with Coach Hass as well.
Yeah, they've been talking to Coach Hass for a minute.
As it stands right now, McAlester is supposed to start this drive at their own 46.
Yeah, this is a perfect night for the Buffalo staff to be wearing black hats, black hoodies with white sleeves.
So after the conversation, not much has changed. We're still where we're at. This is going to be this is a little bit of a dozer package here, baby. Run to his left, back to his right. Here's the snap. Jordan Clark rushing right. Got a big hole to the 50-yard line. Great tackle, though. Knocks Jordan Clark sideways. That's Day Shaw in on the tackle. If he gets past Shaw, that's going to be a house call for Jordan Clark out of the Clark Cat, or the Cat Clark, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, Jay Boogie was getting ready to boogie on into that end zone, and Day Shaw comes downhill and put his face mask where no man wants it, right in your stomach, delivers a good shot. And now they're going to stay with it because, like we said, last 2-3 weeks, they've been running Dozer a lot. They've been having a lot of success out of it.
We'll get to a stat here in just a moment. Second down and about 6 coming up. Here's the snap to Clark. Clark will run it left this time. Clark passed one man to the 45-yard line, close to the first down marker, but tackled about a yard shy. Now bring up third down and short here for the Buffaloes with 4:18 left to go in the first half. Yeah, the Buffaloes had only 37 yards of offense in the first half for 2 yards of play. In the second half, after struggling to get it started at the beginning couple drives, they were really heavy Dozer, and they went for 217 yards in the second half for 10.3 yards of play. Now, 2 of those plays accounted for 58 yards. One 78-yard run by Clark, and then the 80-yard touchdown game winner to Brandon Smith. Here's third and 1 for Clark. Snap left side. Clark, big tackle. He's going to get shy of the first down marker. I think on that was number 11, Toby Gray. And that was the hardest hit of the game so far, other than the blindside sack. So it brings up fourth down and 1, and I don't think there's any question what you do here. Buffaloes are going to go for it.
Yeah, bumps over there, and he's like, we're doing it right. And here comes the Clark Cat. He's going to get the call.
Buff's got plenty of time to snap at 18 seconds. 3:23 left to go in the first half. Buffalo's leading 6-0.
This could be a perfect time right here to go with a pop pass. 3 straight runs out of it, or at least that tight end down the seam.
Not a bad idea. See if they decide to do that here on 4th and 1, though. 3:09. 1 to snap it, and they're not going to get it off in time. Did Buffaloes call timeout first?
They did.
Coach Hass calls timeout first, so we will be back in about 30 seconds. 3:04 left to go in the first half. Buffaloes lead 6-0. 4th down and 1 coming up from the Shawnee 45-yard line here on KNED.
A duo that's perfect together. That's Blackburn Plumbing and Air and Lennox. Blackburn Plumbing and Air is your local Lennox dealer, and we're committed to making your family's home comfort our top priority. With the wide assortment of Lennox products to offer, Blackburn Plumbing and Air will ensure your home's air is perfect for your family. Call us today at 918-423-2078 or visit us online at goblackburn.com to learn more about how you can experience expert service and care offered by Blackburn Plumbing and Air. License number 138890.
Welcome back to Shawnee, Oklahoma. After the timeout called by the McAlester Buffaloes, as the play clock was winding down to 1, they have 1 timeout left. Shawnee's got 2. Buffaloes lead 6-0 here in a game. If they win, they will host a playoff game next week at the Hook. So far up 6-0. Shawnee gets the ball to begin the second half as they won the toss. McAlester, though, will try to go for it here on 4th and 1, and we still have some clock issues here as they're trying to pump up the play clock.
Let's make some noise.
Buffaloes are getting ready. I think they're going to go under center here because quickly rushing up to the line was Landon Pingleton. Got to make sure you handle the snap here. That means Braden Bumpus will be under center. 4th and 1. They rush up to the line. There's the snap. Running it right. Braden Bumpus, first down and more to the 35-yard line. Puts on his stiff arm to the 30 and then muscles his way towards the kicking net over on the near sideline. First down, McAlester. Our sideline man, Chase McNutt, nearly had his weather pod taken out. First down carry by Braden Bumpus.
Hey, thankfully, they didn't take it out.
Buffaloes push this one inside the 30-yard line on a great run under center from Bumpus. Buffaloes getting ready to go up by a couple scores if they can keep up this momentum. Again, I don't know what you would consider field goal range here when you're dealing with the conditions that we have, but the wind is at the Buffaloes' back right now. Trips left. I believe that's Bumpus at quarterback with Pouncil to his right. Snap, handoff. Pouncil running it left. Another big hole to the 35-yard line to the 30. Here comes the flag, though.
It's coming way back.
As he was able to get out to the, I believe that's the 20-yard line. But this one will be coming back.
Yeah, this one's going to be holding against McAlester.
We got a Buffalo down, too, by the way.
And it is Pouncil. Pouncil's down. And we will take an injury timeout. Hopefully everything's all right with Drayton Pouncil right now. But it is a hold on the Buffaloes. We'll be taking an injury timeout and be back here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers offers high-quality, affordable care with locations in McAlester and Hartshorn. Caring Hands provides easy access to healthcare at reduced costs, medical, dental, behavioral health, and substance abuse services. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurance and offer reduced pricing for patients that are underinsured or not insured based on income. We offer transportation and a 340B discount pharmacy program. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers. For more information, call 918-426-2442.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
So it was Drayton Pouncil that was down for the McAlester Buffaloes. He got himself off the field, and I think we have a little bit of time as there was a hold on McAlester. It'll be first down and long coming up. After this next play, we will go back to Chase McNutt to see if we can get an update on the injury of Drayton Pouncil. But right now it's going to be Braden Bumpus, the QB, with Jordan Clark to his right, Tripp's right. First down and long here for the Buffs. From the Wolf 34-yard line. Snap. Keeper by Braden Bumpus on the option. Gets inside the 30-yard line for a good gain of about 5 or 6. But as we have the time here on second down and about 11 coming up, Chase, we have an injury report on Drayton Pouncil.
Yeah, for Drayton Pouncil, it was a lower right leg. I'm not sure if it was the knee or the ankle, but he was in a lot of pain. He got up and walked off under his own power, did have a limp, so that'll be something to watch here. I don't think he even had his helmet when he walked off the field either, so that'll be something to watch as this game goes along.
The ball is at the 29-yard line. Hopefully we can get Drayton Pouncil back, not just for what he can do on offense, but obviously he's a monster on defense at the outside backer spot. Trips right, 7 to snap it. Here's the snap. Handoff, Jordan Clark rushing right, not much there. This went the line of scrimmage, and they'll push him all the way back. Third down and long coming up. So Bumpus will walk over to Coach Hass. Bumpus, by the way, I don't know if he's ever thrown a pass in his varsity career. He's thrown one. He has thrown one. He threw a touchdown pass to Malachi Rice in the state semifinals back in 2022. So he has thrown a touchdown pass before. It's a passing situation here on 3rd and 11. From around the 29-yard line of Shawnee, but it's going to be a run this time by Braden Bumpus, left side, plenty of space, lowers his shoulder and runs over a Wolf, close to the first down marker. If he didn't get it, he's got a chance here on 4th down and short. Looks like he's about a yard shy. No, he's got the first down. Needed 11, got 11. Braden Bumpus on the QB power to the left side, gets inside the Pop Scuttlecorn red zone. In 2714 North Main Street, McAlester, you can custom color your popcorn for the holidays. Choose from numerous bag sizes, bulk or a gift box. Call 918-404-5630 for quotes. Buffalo's got to hurry up, though. They got 33 seconds before the end of the first half. That snuck up on us. 6-0's the score. Snap. Once again, keeper Bumpus up the middle, dances past one man. Gets near the 10-yard line before he'll be taken down there. 22 seconds left. Buffaloes are going to have to call their final timeout. We'll take it with them. 20 seconds left in the first half. Buffaloes lead 6-0 and are in the red zone here on KNED.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts. Get up to $17,500 in discounts on every new Ram truck in stock, including all heavy duties. Use this savings to pay off those credit cards and other bills just in time for the holidays. Patriot makes your next Ram truck affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Stock number 24559, MSRP 75905.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Burn their final timeout. They got the ball at 2nd down and 3 at the 10-yard line. Casey Washington Maisie back into quarterback with Jordan Clark to his right side. 2 receivers right. Actually, we have another receiver. I think that's Brandon Smith close to the line on the right side in the slot. Here's a snap. Back to pass. Washington Maisie going for the end zone with Devion Bickham in the end zone. He hauled it in. Devion Bickham. The touchdown reception from KWM. And the Buffaloes go up 2 scores with 15 seconds left on the clock in quarter number 2. The sophomore wrestled away from a Wolf and was able to haul that one in the Navy end zone along the north side. And Wyatt Phillips will try to make this a 13-0 game with the PAT. Again, Grant Mullins, the holder. The hold was good, the snap was good, just missed it a little bit to the left in the last PAT attempt. Mullins dries his hands. There's the snap, hold, kick is up, and this one is good. Buffaloes lead 13-0, 15 seconds left in quarter number 2. We'll take a break and be back here on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the pouring rain in Shawnee, Oklahoma. The Buffaloes take a 2-score lead courtesy of Casey Washington Maisie and Devion Bickham. We're about to have a drive summary here after this kick from Wyatt Phillips. It's a squib one. That'll bounce into the wet turf, straight into the arms of Beavers. Beavers working a long way to the far side, tries to find a hole, stops for a moment, and then restarts. Gets out to the 30-yard line and tackled. Well, not tackled. He's still on his feet and pushing the pile out to about the 35-yard line. Clock will stop with 1 second left on it. Just enough for us to be able to have a drive summary. Phillip?
That previous drive was a 9-play, 54-yard touchdown drive. It took 4 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock. Capped off with a 10-yard touchdown pass from Casey Washington Maisie to Devion Bickham. The point after was successful. That is your drive summary by T&W Tire. Come by and say hi to Gail and Doug and ask about the Goodyear, Michelin, and other brands that they have that will fit your budget. That's T&W Tire McAlester, 918-426-6571.
So one more play for the Shawnee Wolves before the end of the half. Buffaloes lead 13-0. Final second, here's the handoff over to Beavers. Beavers working up the middle, nothing there, gain of only 1, and that will be the end of the first half. The McAlester Buffaloes, after a lot of back and forth, what we expected with the rain and the wetness of the turf, they were able to find their footing somehow. At the end of the first half, they lead 13-0 over the Shawnee Wolves. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have your halftime show brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry here from the opposing stands of Jim Thorpe Stadium in Pottawatomie County. You're listening to Your Home for McAlester Sports as the Buffaloes lead 13-0 at the break on KNED.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger? Well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
I love fall. Cool breeze, cozy sweaters, and Fit Nissan of McAllister's falling prices. Exactly, just like the leaves change colors, our prices keep dropping. Have you seen the new Rogue? It's as bold as autumn red. Or the sleek black Altima, smooth as crisp November nights. With these prices, you'll be falling in love with your new ride before the last leaf hits the ground. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fit Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fitnissan.com.
Kawasaki's Ridge and Ridge XR family set the new off-road standard, built for work and play. Ridge side-by-sides deliver versatile performance with a powerful 4-cylinder engine and premium interior features. For even more trail-taming power, the Ridge XR family offers more horsepower and versatility for rugged work or advanced play. This is peak premium performance. Shop the full Kawasaki Ridge lineup today at Vickers Power Sports, 1904 South Main, McAlester.
As we cheer on the Buffaloes for a great season, make sure your home is just as game ready with Freeze and Flare Heat and Air. Whether it's keeping warm during those chilly game nights or staying cool when the heat is on, we've got you covered with top-notch heating and cooling. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air today and enjoy home comfort that's always in the winning zone. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445. Go Buffs!
Well, the holiday season is upon us, which means family and friends will be over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and at Vickers Furniture, our showroom is full of name brand furniture at great savings and easy financing. Plus, there's free turkeys. Not only that, but you can get your $10,000 tickets here too. And did I mention a free turkey? Drop by Vickers Furniture for details. Vickers, 2nd and Choctaw, McAlester.
We're right here with you.
Some zero-turn riding lawnmowers concentrate on performance. Others stay focused on comfort. But whoever said it's an either-or situation? With Gravely, you get plenty of both. And the ProTurn 300 is a perfect example. This newly designed mower is loaded with innovative features and is designed to keep the operator mowing comfortably from dawn to dusk. The Gravely ProTurn 300, the right balance of comfort and performance. Available at KC Farm Machinery, right across from the McAlester Union Stockyards.
A duo that's perfect together. That's Blackburn Plumbing and Air and Linux. Blackburn Plumbing and Air is your local Linux dealer, and we're committed to making your family's home comfort our top priority. With the wide assortment of Linux products to offer, Blackburn Plumbing and Air will ensure your home's air is perfect for your family. Call us today at 918-423-2078 or visit us online at goblackburn.com to learn more about how you can experience expert service and care offered by Blackburn Plumbing and Air. License number 138890.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers offers high-quality, affordable care with locations in McAlester and Hartshorn. Caring Hands provides easy access to healthcare at reduced costs, medical, dental, behavioral health, and substance abuse services. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurance and offer reduced pricing for patients that are underinsured or not insured based on income. We offer transportation and a 340B discount pharmacy program. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers. For more information, call 918-426-2442.
Welcome back to Shawnee, Oklahoma, as the McAlester Buffaloes lead the Shawnee Wolves 13-0. If they win this game, they will clinch the 2 spot in the 5A3 district and host a playoff game next week against a opponent that we will find out probably by the end of the night. But this is the Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. Stop by Wiley's in McAlester for all of your jewelry needs. Did you know that Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, with free jewelry cleaning and inspections, they're recommended every 4 to 6 months to keep your jewelry looking at its best. Proper cleaning and inspection will extend the longevity of your most cherished pieces of jewelry. So, again, it's been a wet game, but it looks like the rain is trying to stop. We've got a little bit of mist in the air right now that you can see out in the distance. But for the majority of the first half, it was rain, and more wind. The wind kind of picked up a little bit, and now we've finally got a little bit of a break, or we having a little bit more coming in later? Oh, boy, rain is coming later, too. So a little bit of a break before we get some more rain a little bit later on. But, you know, the first quarter was what we expected, but Buffs found something there in the second quarter. In their last 2 drives, they scored on both those drives. Phillip, what'd you like from those 2 drives?
Yeah, just physicality. And on that run by Drayton Pouncil carrying dudes, also the physicality up front on the offensive line. And the pass play from Casey Washington Maisie to Davion Bickham, these referees letting them fight. And Davion Bickham used his size. He's a taller receiver.
And there was never a flag thrown in that.
There was never a flag thrown. And Bickham just grabbed him, moved him out of the way, and caught that football. And the physicality speaks to me, because you don't score those 2 drives if you're not being physical. And where does physicality start? At the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and I mean, the 2 plays that Drayton Pouncil used for a touchdown, there was a wide open gap. I mean, for the first time tonight, there was 2 wide open gaps right in a row, and Drayton Pouncil didn't have to do much until the second carry, when he carried 2 Wolves about the length of 10 to 15 yards across the goal line. But again, that's what you can do when you got someone like Drayton Pouncil. By the way, he did leave the field at the end of the first half with looked like a leg injury. We're going to try to get an update on that injury when they come out of the locker room in the third quarter. McAlester will have to kick the ball away to begin the third quarter, as Shawnee won the toss and elected to defer. But we already talked to Phillip here. Let's look at the scoring plays again. It was a 26-yard touchdown run by Drayton Pouncil after punt, turnover on downs, punt. I sound like Todd McShay and Todd, yeah. And then it went to a touchdown run by Drayton Pouncil. Then the Wolves had to punt the ball away again, and then McAlester went on a 5-minute drive that ended in a 10-yard touchdown pass from Casey Washington Maisie to Davion Bickham. So I think we might have Chase on the mic here still. Chase, you got to see all this from the sideline. What was your opinion of the first half?
Well, Brandon, hard to really complain about anything from that first half. It was what we expected. It was going to be a dogfight, a lot of running, and that was what we got. But McAlester actually had some success through the air. I know we had that pass interference against Cleveland Williamson, on Cleveland Williamson when McAlester had it offensively. That was a great throw from KWM, and I know he hasn't played quarterback as much tonight with them going to the heavy set with Braden Bumpus, but when he's been out there to throw the ball, he's done what he's needed to do. He's put the ball in a great spot, and defensively, McAlester has done what they've needed to do, and if the quarterback-center exchange for Shawnee continues to be a struggle, the defense really may not have to deal with a lot on their side of it. But they're playing a great game on both sides of it, and it's showing on the scoreboard right now as well.
And we do have an update. Thank you to Nate Brown. He gave us the information here. If McAlester finishes in second place, they play Claremore at home next week. So if McAlester wins, they play Claremore next week at home. If they lose, they travel to Pryor. Well, yeah, they lose because Bishop Kelly's up on Durant Big. So if McAlester loses this game, they will finish third and go on the road to Pryor in our playoff game next week. But what do you guys think about the decision to move to Braden Bumpus with a lot of the option plays? Because that's what it was. Braden Bumpus never was going to throw the ball. They put him there because he runs a lot. He's one of the running backs listed. You had Drayton Pouncil and Jordan Clark in the backfield with him. Those are just option plays. And then when it was time to pass the ball, KWM came back in. What did you think of the call to go with that in the last 2 drives?
Yeah, I mean, that's poetic. That's poetic play calling, to be completely honest with you, because you've seen Casey Washington Maisie fumble that handoff. A couple of times that ball was slick on him because he's more of a passer. He wants to get that ball up.
Right.
And he's having that ball down, and that ball slips out of his hands. So you go with the power back, a guy with more meaty hands, a running back, an outside linebacker.
Not used to cocking it back and trying to throw
not
the
used
ball.
to cocking it back. He's just used to tucking it high and tight. And then you're adding that element that Case and Washington Maisie doesn't have in being able to run somebody over. Case and Washington Maisie is a very elusive runner.
I was about to say he's elusive.
He's a very elusive runner, but when it comes time for, like, Braden Bumpus on that previous drive right before the half when we scored, ran a beautiful QB lead read. Stuck the ball in Clark's gut, pulled it, backside was open, and he just took off. And he was able to fight through one guy, and then the play before that, he busted it to the outside. I've never seen a face mask get called on a ball carrier, but he grabbed his face mask and pulled him, and then he told him about it. And that's the element that he brings to the game, where when KWM's in the backfield taking the snaps, that young man, he's just going to get the football, he's going to cock it back, and he's going to get ready to unload it because he's your thrower, he's your gunslinger.
Yeah.
And it's kind of beautiful to have, quote-unquote, a belldozer.
Almost like a belldozer package. We have dozer, which that's almost like a wildcat, but this is like an actual, like, if you remember Blake Bell, a dozer package.
Yeah, and you know that Bumpus could throw it because he's thrown some pop passes. He threw a tutty in the semifinal against Bishop McGinnis, like you mentioned. And
so you have to respect the pass even with him in the game a little bit.
Exactly. It's like, but it's not like he's going to throw the ball 24 yards, like 20, 25 yards down the field, but you don't know if a backside drag is coming over the middle.
Right.
And so he could flash that ball in Clark's gut, act like he's going to run QB lead read, and then at the last second pop one, just like Tim Tebow used to do, with a little jump pass.
Yeah.
And so you have to respect it. You have to watch what's coming across the middle, and that's what helped spark that offense, and they just found something that worked.
I think it just brings a whole new element to your offense. It gives Shawnee something that they haven't seen on film before, that now they're scrambling at halftime trying to make adjustments to see how you're going to guard it. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how the second half develops that way, because we are going to be having more rain come in. It's already starting to miss it a little bit harder, but rain will be coming in at about 9 o'clock. So right now it's 8:13. So that means right about the time we're starting the fourth quarter, rain coming in again. So we'll see what we have going on here as we make our way throughout the night. Again, the Buffaloes lead 13-0 at halftime. We're going to be looking at some more scores from around the district and the area coming up later in the Buffalo Halftime Show, brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. Welcome back to Shawnee, Oklahoma here. The side of our regular season finale is McAlester. If they win this game, they will finish second place and take on Claremore next week at home. If they lose this game, they'll be traveling to Pryor, where Pryor has locked up the 2 seed in 5A4. Again, McAlester leading 13-0. That's our score here in Shawnee with our halftime show brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. Stop by Wiley's and McAlester for all of your jewelry needs. Let's look at some games going around the district and the area with our scoreboard update, and that is brought to you by the fine folks, again, over at Barlow Built Performance and Automotive. They're your full-service automotive repair shop, brake work, and heat and air repair. Plus, we do MIG and TIG welding. We're McAllister's only full-time exhaust shop. From race cars to your grandma's cars, we do it all. We sell tires and wheels. Barlow Built Performance and Automotive, 1 West Monroe Avenue in McAlester, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 918-318-0323. Phillip, let's look at some scores.
You want to look local or you want to go district?
Well, we've already had 2 of our district games, I think, wrap up, right? So we only have 1 left, and that's the one that we're paying attention to the most, and that's Bishop Kelly.
And they're up 21-0.
So looks like Bishop Kelly's going to take that win relatively easy unless Durant can start to spark a little bit of offense, which means that McAllister's got to win this game to be able to get second place in the district. Let's look at our area teams.
The Shakota Wildcats, they welcome Eufaula back into the rivalry, and they currently lead this game 13-0. Wilburton Diggers at the half, 26. Morris Eagles, 0.
the streak ends tonight.
I've been saying it. Me and Brandon have said it. The Diggers were going to win a game, and guess what? It's tonight in Morris. The Diggers are going to win a football game. Let's go, Wilburton.
That's going to be breaking a streak of 29 losses in a row, going back to the final game of 2021.
You know what that's called, right? That's called a walk-off, baby. We're looking forward to 2025. Now, we had the Panama Razorbacks come to Hartshorn. This game actually started at 6 o'clock tonight. They moved it up because of the weather. Start of the fourth quarter, Hogs are being called in Hartshorn. Panama leads 12-10.
Oh, wow. Again, I'm sure it's raining like crazy over there, too.
And then, again, it's really hard to find scores for Quentin and Canadian.
Yeah.
And so if anybody out there, if you know anybody, if you can hear my voice in the stands, you know somebody who knows someone around Quentin or Canadian, ask what that score is because I can't find it. It says 0-0.
Okay.
Savannah makes the trip to Keota. They got some athletes in Keota. They currently lead that one 28-0 at the half. So if the Bulldogs can come out and play some good football in the second half, they could keep from getting mercy ruled at the 50. And that's all you want, like a team like Keota, because Caddo, Keota, and Dewar. And, those three teams, that's 1, 2, and 3 in the district. So if you can keep those three games respectful for the longest time and not really get mercy ruled, you're doing a really good thing. Right now, 28-0 at the half. So I like what Savannah's doing.
By the way, we want to give a shout-out, Buffalo Roll Call. We got Jimmy Williams tuning in as well, and also Jake Wheaton. He says, me and my boy watching from the house tonight. So thank you guys for tuning in. Jake graduated with us back in 2014. So thank you guys for tuning in to McAlester Football here. We do have a couple of updates. Spencer Stinchcomb said Quentin and Canadian played last night. Quentin mercy ruled.
Okay.
So that's an update there. And that is how we are going to we also had someone tune in as well saying, while I'm proud of the Diggers, Morris is my husband's alma mater, and it's hard for us to hear how badly they're losing.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be so excited. My spouse, my wife,
she's a Wilburton.
She's a Wilburton alum. So
my bad.
I kind of get too excited when they start playing good football. And I remember.
Hey, me and Nate, we used to be the voice of the Wilburton Diggers on the radio for a couple of years there. So
I remember a few years back when me and her, we were just dating and stuff, and we would go to Wilburton games every Friday night when McAlester was on the road, and her family, they were like, well, they're playing this team. I'm like, there's a chance. They got a gunslinger, and Grayson Mathis was the quarterback at that time, and that kid had a very good deep ball, and J.J. Justice and those guys, good group of guys. And then they went through a dry spell when those young men graduated. But I'm so glad that they're going to get that win tonight and get the ball moving for 25.
Yep, again, we will look at some keys to the second half. The score in our game is 13-0. McAlester on top of Shawnee, fighting for a home playoff game next week. This is the Buffalo Halftime Show. Again, keys to the second half coming up next. Again, Halftime Show brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. Welcome back to Shawnee, Oklahoma. We got to make this one a little bit quick here, but this is the Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. Stop by Wiley's and McAlester for all your jewelry needs. Again, 13-0 at the break. So far, what's been your difference maker, guys?
Difference maker so far? Drayton Pouncil.
Drayton Pouncil is a pretty good answer for me, too. Chase, your difference maker?
Either Braden Bumpus, just what he's done offensively and defensively overall, or it's hard not to want to go with Drayton Pouncil. I mean, he is the reason they have one of their 2 touchdowns so far tonight, and then other than getting hurt, he'd been all over the field offensively. So I'm going to have to side with Phillip here and also say Drayton Pouncil.
Speaking of which, Chase, make sure that you keep an eye on Drayton, and when he comes out of the locker room, we got to have an injury update on him and see how he's doing as we get to quarter number 3, because that could be a big factor if he's been our difference maker in the first half. So keys to the second half. We'll start off with Chase and go back over to Phillip.
Well, keys to the second, got to keep running the ball well. Obviously, they're going to throw it a little bit. McAlester has shown they're not scared to throw the ball, but up 2 scores, they may not even need to. So just keep doing what you're doing offensively, and then defensively, just make sure you continue to wrap up and play sound football. If you do that, I think you're going to be all right.
All right, Phillip?
Yeah, I'm going to echo what Chase said. Stay physical, but more importantly, stay smart. Because tonight's your only last guaranteed game, and don't do anything. Don't be
Next week is your last guaranteed game.
Well, yeah. Sorry, we're getting to the playoffs, but you know what I mean. Like, don't be a knucklehead. Don't do anything that's gonna hurt you, hurt your team. Be smart and take care of yourself. You're already up 2 scores. Be violent defensively, but don't be over violent or just excessive with it, and cost your team the chance of having you on the field next Friday night.
If you want to hear stats, we're going to have post-game stats in the post-game show that will be coming up after the game, as well as coaches' interviews as well, possible player interviews. So make sure that you have your KNED app ready. That will be radio only when we get done with this broadcast if you're watching on the video stream. So KNED app, the old-fashioned 98.3 FM, 1150 AM, or McAllisterRadio.com on the KNED tab. This has been the Buffalo Halftime Show, which has been brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry. Free jewelry cleaning and inspections are recommended every 4 to 6 months to keep your jewelry looking at its best. Proper cleaning and inspection will extend the longevity of your most cherished pieces of jewelry. Again, the Shawnee Wolves get the ball to begin the second half. McAlester leading 13-0. We'll be back in about 2 minutes here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
I love fall. Cool breeze, cozy sweaters, and Fit Nissan of McAllister's falling prices. Exactly, just like the leaves change colors, our prices keep dropping. Have you seen the new Rogue? It's as bold as autumn red. Or the sleek black Altima, smooth as crisp November nights. With these prices, you'll be falling in love with your new ride before the last leaf hits the ground. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fit Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fitnissan.com.
Welcome back to Shawnee, Oklahoma, as the McAlester Buffaloes are leading this game 13-0. We're about to have kickoff to begin the second half. This is Brandon Green, your voice of the Buffaloes, alongside Phillip Jewell Jr. and Chase McNutt sideline. The fantastic work of Nate Brown on the camera. And also, if you're listening on radio, Wyatt Hubbard back at the K&D Studios on Electric Avenue. We're about to have kickoff to begin the second half. That is brought to you by Red Duck Tattoo Studio. For all of your custom artwork, big or small, color or black and gray. Now booking for fall. Gift certificates available. Red Duck Tattoo Studio, 219 East Chickasaw Avenue. McAlester must be 18 years or older. Again, Buffalo roll call. Let us know where you're listening or watching from. Parker Singleton says, my Norman North Timberwolves played last night, and we got the dub, so I guess I'll tune in tonight since I got my Friday night free. Nothing like the monsoon game. He knows about it. He played in that game. Again, that was the 2018 McAlester win over Durant. As the Buffaloes are about to kick it off to the Shawnee Wolves, that will be returning it left to right across your radio dial or your video screen. And Chase, you can let us know this better than anybody. It looks like the rain is completely stopped here in Shawnee. Maybe a tad bit of a mist here.
Yeah, Brandon, that's exactly right. It's barely a mist. I've got my hand up in the air, and I can barely feel anything hitting it. So this is the best it's been all night, even since we got here. So enjoy it. As you mentioned, it's coming later, so we're going to enjoy it while we can down here.
Now, do you still think it's going to affect the game at all, still with the slick turf, though?
Yes. You can see when players are running around, water is coming up on this turf, so it's still going to be something that they're dealing with.
Well, thank you, Chase, as McAllister's getting ready to boot this one away from right to left. My brother Cameron tuning in as well, saying him and his girlfriend Sydney are listening and says, you guys rock, so thank you, sir. So back deep to return. Looks like Beavers is over on the far side, also number 1 for the Wolves, which would be Ijan Thomas. Ball favoring the far hash. Wyatt Phillips has got it on the tee. And here's the kick into the wind, and it will head towards Beavers. We'll take it at the 18-yard line. Working its way down the hash, now down the far sideline, a little bit of space, and he works his way past another Buffalo, now past another one out to the 40-yard line, stops and restarts at the 45-yard line after a big hit.
Zane Owens.
Zane Owens, the senior, delivers a little bit of punishment, but not before a great return by Dietrich Beavers, getting this one out to the 45-yard line, and that is where the Wolves are going to begin this drive. They've had some pretty good field position. Now, again, with the wet turf, it's still going to provide a little bit of problems, but now with the rain stopping a little bit, maybe just a tad bit of a mist, it might be easier to throw the ball now. That could open up the playbook a little bit more for the Wolves and for the Buffaloes when they get the ball back. Still got to watch out that you don't slip, though. We've seen that a whole lot tonight. Also, troubles with the snap so far tonight. And speaking of which, we do not have Zyron Campbell out. It's going to be Day Shaw, the quarterback, with Beavers to his left. Here's the snap. Running it left will be Shaw. Shaw looking for the opening space. He finds it for a moment, but he has his legs taken out from under him after a gain of only 2. In on the tackle, that's Jackson McKinney.
Yeah, Deshaun just trying to take that snap. It hit him right in the stomach. Snap came, if it was a spear, would have went right through his belly. And he just tried to get out to the outside. McKinney comes down from that safety position. Head on the outside. This is exactly what you want.
Campbell back in at quarterback, pistol formation. 2 receivers each side. 2nd down and 8. Snaps a little low. They'll pass out to the left side. Caught, but again, right there, I think that's, I want to say that was Cleveland Williamson on the tackle. Catch was completed to Rommel Slaughter Bay. Not enough for a first down, but into McAlester territory. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Ball is placed at the McAlester 47-yard line along the far hash. And as soon as we started speaking, I can see the rain coming down a little bit, Chase. Chase is nodding up. Yes, it is. You had to say something, Chase. Trips right. Big 3rd down and 2 coming up here early for the Wolves to begin the 3rd quarter. Snap. Passing quickly. Left side. It's high. And we have an incomplete pass. Again, try to go after Cleveland Williamson again. Went for Rommel Slaughter Bay. He's one of the 2 receivers this entire game that's had a reception.
Now they're trying to go with another little comeback, short little comeback over there. And he just threw that ball too far, and it just ended up going out of bounds.
So if that rain is restarting right now, expect that rain to stick around to about 9, well, maybe the rest of the night. Still waiting to see what the Wolves are going to do here. Looks like they're bringing out the offense. 4th down and called officially 2. Maybe 2.5. Looks like it's Campbell in the gun with Beavers to his right, trips right. Big play here early, running it right for the first down, and then some right down the middle of the field. That's not Campbell, but he'll take it to the house. On 4th down and 2, it was number 3, Garrett McCurdy. Right down the seam, and we got a ball game, folks. Garrett McCurdy, his 15th carry of the year, his first of the game. Goes for 46 yards and a tutty, his 2nd touchdown of the season. Pulls the Wolves within 7. We're going to see what we have coming up with the point after. On the season so far, the kicker, Rhett Neese, is perfect on PATs, 28 for 28. But he's 1 for 4 on field goals. The holder is going to be number 23, Lance Williams.
Oh, I think I just took my knee out, boys, trying to get back under the table.
Here's the snap. It goes to the right. The kick is still up through the air, and it's still good. The snap was to the right of the holder. Somehow he still put it down, and Neese was not faced. He's 29 for 29 on PATs. Buffaloes are up by 6 now, 13-7 on the opening drive touchdown by the Wolves. 10:54 left to go in the third quarter here on KNED.
Kawasaki's Ridge and Ridge XR family set the new off-road standard, built for work and play. Ridge side-by-sides deliver versatile performance with a powerful 4-cylinder engine and premium interior features. For even more trail-taming power, the Ridge XR family offers more horsepower and versatility for rugged work or advanced play. This is peak premium performance. Shop the full Kawasaki Ridge lineup today at Vickers Power Sports, 1904 South Main, McAlester.
As we cheer on the Buffaloes for a great season, make sure your home is just as game ready with Freeze and Flare Heat and Air. Whether it's keeping warm during those chilly game nights or staying cool when the heat is on, we've got you covered with top-notch heating and cooling. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air today and enjoy home comfort that's always in the winning zone. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485. Go Buffs!
Welcome back to Shawnee as the rain is picked back up to begin the second half, as this one will bounce into the end zone on the kick after a touchdown run by Garrett McCurdy. The Shawnee Wolves are on the board, and McAlester is still leading, though, 13-7 with their opening drive of their second half. 10:54 left to go in quarter number 3. Phillip, we have a drive summary.
That was a 4-play, 55-yard touchdown drive that only took 50 seconds off the clock. The 47-yard touchdown run by McCurdy, and then the PAT was successful. That's your drive summary by T&W Tire. Stop in and say hi to Gail and Doug and see their technicians for brakes, suspensions, alignments, along with a 24-hour road service. That's T&W Tire McAlester, 918-426-6571.
We'll have an injury update on Drayton Pouncil here in just a moment. Right now in the gun is Kason Washington-Mazie, trips right. Moving in motion is Brandon Smith. Here is the snap, handoff to Smith. Smith rushing it left and lowers the shoulder over a man, and it gets a good gain on first down of about 9. But we'll send it now out over to Chase McNutt along the sideline for an injury update on Drayton Pouncil.
Yeah, Brandon, it's not looking good for Pouncil. At least right now, things can change, but he's sitting underneath the canopy over here on the track. His helmet's underneath him, but he's got a towel on his head. Still looks like he's having issues with that right knee. Right now, I would say he's doubtful to return to this game, but again, things can change, and we'll keep an eye out.
And he's got his shoulder pad still on, but thank you for the update to Chase McNutt. That was a gain of 8, second down and 2 coming up as the rain is picked on up again in Shawnee. Snap, handoff, Jordan Clark. Clark right up the middle, first down and more. Down the near sideline to the 45-yard line, to the 50, and it slips. Slips right into the arms of number 4. That's Ramel Slaughter Bay for a first down for McAlester. That first down brought to you by McAlester Direct Primary Care, offering 24/7 access to your provider, typically discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. Call 918-233-6522. I love how every point of the game today we've had rain. We go to halftime, the rain stopped, and then we go back to play, and the rain kicks back up. 9:56 left to go in the third quarter. McAlester leading 13-7 and are on the move.
Football gods knew what they were doing. But more importantly, whoa, that was a lot of water just got dumped off. But Cleveland Williamson, I want to really point that young man out. Downfield blocking again by the receivers, allowing the Buffaloes to get that ball to the outside and get those big runs.
Hand off Jordan Clark, this time sweeping right. Gets the corner to the 45-yard line, now to the races, and runs into a secondary man. Big-time hit by a Wolf. After another first down carry by Jordan Clark for a gain of 11. Move the chains again as the Buffaloes.
We got to fight.
We got pushing and shoving along the far sideline.
And that's what
wasn't a fight quite yet, but it was inching that way. There was pushing and shoving along the far sideline.
And that's exactly what I just talked about during halftime. You don't want to see, because you don't want to do something that's going to cost your team next week. Coach Hassey's out there. He's trying to get all of his boys.
McAllister's clapping. I don't know if this is going to be on them or not. The tackle was made out of bounds after a vicious hit. I couldn't tell who was on the far sideline. But we'll have to wait until the smoke clears. Chase, did you see anything after that play in the extracurriculars that we couldn't see?
I really couldn't see how it started or who it started with, but there was coaches out on the field. Players were all scuffled up, and the official is saying something over here to one of the McAlester coaches. I'm going to see if maybe I can see some kind of idea of what the call is going to be here.
Hey, just run out there. Get right between the ref and what are they going to say, no?
I know.
I'm kidding, by the way.
I know that I seen Davion Bickham getting grabbed by one of the offensive linemen.
Well, Smith came out of the pile with his hands up in the air, so I didn't touch anybody.
Yeah, Brandon Smith came out with his hands up, but I did see Davion Bickham get grabbed by one of his offensive linemen. And so...
Well, there are flags that came out. I think it's going to be on
Shawnee. It very well could be on Shawnee and just on them. And right now, this discussion between the head official and the two head coaches could be this is going to be the one and only warning, and then the next time there will be.
Well, we've also had unsportsmanlike conducts earlier. If you have personal fouls, if you get one more, if it's on a certain player, I think you have to be ejected. I don't know if they're trying to see if there was on a player before earlier in this game, but again, there was no punches thrown or pushing and shoving like that. But
it was just
it was just a late hit earlier.
It was just a late hit, and then potential just honestly maybe just mouthing. But I do know that I did see one of the offensive linemen move Davion Bickham, and when you're a star receiver like that, you don't want to catch yourself in the wrong at the wrong time.
I think it's just a warning. So I think they're going to wipe it clean, tell them to, keep your wits. Ball's at the 31-yard line. McAlester driving. Here's first down and 10. Casey Washington-Maisie, there was a broken play. He tries to get the corner, though. Has a little bit of space, but there is a flag as he gets the corner and gets a gain of about 2, but this one will be coming back.
It's going to be a hold or even a block in the back. It's a hold.
Yeah, it's Rodney Washington, too.
No, it's not.
No, it's not Rodney Washington. It's Brandon Douglas.
Yeah.
Brandon Douglas is. I couldn't see. I saw the 3. Couldn't see the 5 of them for a second there. But Brandon Douglas was patting his chest, saying, "Dude, it's my bad. I'm sorry." 8:59 left to go in the third quarter. By the way, the Buffaloes are leading 13-7, and now they're going to have second down and long, or rather first and long, coming up.
And that's what happens when you have those busted plays like that. The offensive line, they don't really know what's going on the back end, so they try to make something happen, and they're just trying to block for their quarterback, and they're like, "I don't know where he's at." And they get caught with a hold sometimes. And that's honest, and that's how sometimes those quarterbacks sneak out and hit those big hitters on the back end, on those boots, because the offensive line, they don't know what's going on.
So that moves them back to the 41-yard line. McAlester will have first down and 20 coming up. 8:53 and ticking left to go in the third quarter. McAlester up by 6. Jordan Clark will be on the left side of KWM. They're going to run trips right to the short side on the far side, and we now have more flags. This will be a false start. We're going to keep on backing up. 5 more yards. Promising drive. They got to the 31-yard line. You could tell a lot of McAlester fans here were in the stands here. They're like, let's keep it rolling because we got all the way down to the 31-yard line. That change in momentum and having to slow down after the scuffle that we had along the far sideline is really playing into Shawnee's favor right now just because it slowed McAllister's momentum here. Trips right. Now it's first and 25. Snap to KWM. A little bit low, going for the deep pass near side into double coverage towards Cleveland Williamson. He comes back and he can't make the catch. And honestly, he probably is lucky he got away with a possible push off there.
Yeah, he did. He definitely got away with offensive pass interference there. But the Shawnee Wolves, they're not really gonna worry about it since the ball fell to the turf, and it's gonna be second and 20.
I was thrown into double coverage. Could have been picked off there too, but Williamson did all he could to try to get back to the ball. And if anything, if that is called pass interference, it's better than a possible pick.
Yeah.
So that brings up second down and 25. Scoreboard showing second down and 27. 8:16 left in the third quarter and a 13-7 lead for McAlester. Now they got the ball back at the Wolf 46-yard line. Clark on the right side of KWM. There's the snap, back to pass again. Now going for the far pass on the far sideline. Going past a couple of men, and again, I think Brandon Smith just lost track of where the ball was. He looked back up into the pouring rain, and it was thrown off to the right side. And it falls incomplete. Now we have third down and forever on the way.
Hey, Chase, do we have a wind change on the field? Because it looks like it's coming, like hitting us in the face now.
Coming in from the west.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming more toward visitor stands than when it was just pushing towards the other end zone. Yeah, it definitely shifted a little bit.
Our canopy's starting to move, boys. Nate, keep that thing dry.
Those flags on that home sideline, they are sticking up out of the west, and man, that could have also been something that just killed that ball and brought it back in the field of play. And
yeah, for the first time tonight, the wind hitting us straight in the face. Rain is trying to die down a little bit.
They misspotted the ball. He put the ball a yard behind where it should have been.
So 3rd and 27 coming up here. Well, what do you dial up here?
Anything.
Here's a snap. Casey Washington Maisie looking for the screen pass. Finds Jordan Clark. Clark pass one man to the 45, to the 40. Still got a long way to go, and we got a late flag coming in, too. In on the tackle was number 10, Ryan High, and penalties have just plagued this drive.
It's going to be holding on McAlester.
Shawnee's going to decline this penalty, more than likely. Unless they just, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure they're just going to decline the penalty. It'll bring up 4th down and 15.
We could have also had a hold there on the line of scrimmage on the screenplay as well, but they didn't call it there. They called it down there. They called it further down the field.
Well, here's the deal. You could decide to accept that penalty, go back 10 more yards, make him replay it with a small chance of getting the first down on 3rd down and long, and maybe set yourself up with a better punt situation. But
yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I would not give yourself the chance to be able to go with a long chunk play.
Well, they're just going to accept the penalty, but like Coach Hass,
they will accept the penalty.
Like Coach Hass said last week when he was talking to his team, he said, make them snap it again. Make them snap it again, because there could always be something that happens. And so Shawnee's like, hey, make them snap it again, because now they got to go 3rd in the country mile. It's rainy. We could get something lucky, and we could get a very short field. So that's probably what Shawnee's thinking right now.
Yeah, that's what they're going to roll with. 7:43 and ticking left here in the 3rd quarter. Trips right. Shawnee's showing a little bit of pressure. Now they back up. Here's the snap. Now screen pass to the far side will be caught by Brandon. No, it won't be. Right through his hands. Incomplete. I'll bring up 4th down and long. And it works out for the Wolves, because now McAlester with less field to be able to, or more field now to try to punt this one away, might get better field position on the punt here from McKinney.
Exactly. And if they would have declined that penalty and they wouldn't have got that, and they would have just punted it there, McKinney would have punted that ball out of the back of the end zone.
Well, also, we're not looking at this, too. The ball would have been at the 35-yard line. If you kick it into the back of the end zone, it's only a net of 15, and McAlester has a chance to go for it there.
Yeah.
So if you make him go for it again on 3rd and long, that takes away the possibility of you going for it on 4th. So now McKinney will get the ball, roll out to his right, kick it away. It's a line drive kick, and it'll roll towards, oh, there goes our canopy, as we have a ball get down just inside the 25-yard line. The wind has picked up, boys. It's closer to 25. Nate is holding on to the canopy with his left hand as the wind is starting to blow straight into our faces here. That right leg of our canopy was just flying away. Nate is working overtime here. He's trying his best. Okay, I think you can let go for a second. It's starting to die down. It's not going to die down later, but you can let go of it for now. It's tied down, right? You tied it down now, Nate. Still a lot of slack.
Are y'all having fun yet, boys?
Buffaloes lead 13-7, 7:23 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball is placed at their own 23-yard line. Rain has stopped, though. Here's a snap and a handoff up the middle to Beavers. Beavers bounces off one tackle and is now hit sideways after he gets past the 25-yard line. Might have made it to the 26 for a good gain on 1st down of about 5. Brings up 2nd down and 5. I got scared there for a second. I thought it was going down. Chase, if you were looking up into the press box, not the press box, but into the stands earlier, it would have been like that Pixar movie Up.
It was funny seeing Nate at the front holding up that right arm just to hold the canopy down, doing whatever you can.
Pistol formation, 2nd down and 5. Here's a snap, handoff again over to Beavers. Beavers spins right into Will Spears. That's the last person that you want to run into, especially when you're not looking. Gain of only about 1 brings up 3rd down and 4 here for the Wolves from inside their own 30-yard line.
I feel sorry for that young man's kidneys, because he hit the spin.
Yeah.
He hit the spin button, and Will Spears put it right there on him. What a read. Will Spears didn't let him go nowhere, because He knows how elusive Beavers is. He gets in that open field, he's gone. You know, he kind of reminds me of Deuce Vaughn, the way he runs.
A little bit there. Also helps that they're both wearing blue. Deuce Vaughn's still wearing blue for the Dallas Cowboys. Here's a pass, Campbell on third down. Right, connected, slant route down the middle. Chance for another touchdown. It's Dace Shaw. One man to beat down the far sideline. Cleveland Williamson knocks him out of bounds, but it's a big-time play inside the McAlester 20-yard line. That's the biggest play of the game for either team so far. And Campbell put it right between the 2 and 4 on Dace Shaw, who has caught 5 out of the 7 touchdown passes from Zyron Campbell. Into the McAlester red zone on one play, out to the McAlester, call it 17-yard line on the far hash. 6-point lead for the Buffaloes. But the Wolves are a touchdown and a PAT away from taking that away from the Buffaloes. It's been all Shawnee for the most part in our first half of the third quarter. Snap, and we have some flags here. This is going to be a false start.
They went with a drag route on that back end, and beautiful route. Throw it right where his receiver needed to be, and after that, you just got to tackle on the back end.
So that is going to be a 5-yard penalty. Moves him outside the red zone, but just by a couple of yards here. So 1st and 15, 5:56 left in the third quarter. Here's the snap. We got another
false start.
Last time we called a rain game, we saw 5 false starts in a row. I believe it was on the Buffaloes. There's 2 consecutive ones on the Shawnee Wolves.
In the words of Lee Corso in the old NCAA football games, beep, 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 beep.
That's a national treasure there for you, Lee Corso. I forget that he was the color commentator on those early games.
And him and Herbie would call the NCAA football games back on the PS2 systems.
13-7, McAlester leads. Now all of a sudden it's first down and 20. And McAlester showing pressure here. And back to Campbell. Here's the snap. Back to pass, looking left. Pump fakes now. Dumps it off over to, that's Beavers. Beavers in open space. Now runs into the linebackers of McAlester. Will Spears comes up with the tackle after a B-button spin move.
Will Spears
It's kind of hard to tell how many yards that is. It looks like about 6 or 7 yards to bring up second down at about 13. Chase?
Yeah, Brandon, quick injury update. Pouncil, his night is done. Shoulder pads are now taken off. He's still underneath the tent, and he's wearing a jacket now, so he's not going to be returning tonight.
It's bad news there for the McAlester Buffaloes. Drayton Pouncil tonight is over after a leg injury suffered in the second quarter. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to each side. Here's a snap. Back to pass, Campbell looking left, going for the quick curl route. It's a catch that's made, I believe. Yes, it is. Number 4, Ramel Slaughter Bay.
Number 1 caught it.
No, number 1, thank you. Number 1, that's Eijin Thomas. Looking a little bit harder on that far side. Thomas, second leading receiver at 223 yards coming into this one. They get it to the 15-yard line, but we're still looking at 3rd down and 9. I would not kick anything past a PAT in this one. Now that the wind has shifted direction, blowing from west to east and at about 25 miles per hour. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. The 2 on the right are stacked up. 3rd and 9. Campbell claps, gets the ball, hands it off over to Beavers. Beavers straight up the gut into the belly of the beast and can't get many yards. Again, when you run it on 3rd down and long, you're planning on going for it on 4th down. Again, that's actually more yards than I thought. Gain of about 5 or 6 brings up 4th down and 3. Again, when you start to get to this corner of the field, it's hard to see just how far they make it down the field. They get to the 11-yard line. So here's 4th down. They scored on their last 4th down. Trying to do it again here from just outside the 10. Snap, running it right. Lowering his shoulder. He didn't get there. Went with the cat, the Wildcat. Dace Shaw ran into the Buffs. And that will turn him over on downs. McAlester hangs on to the lead for now. 3:56 left to go in the third quarter. The black and gold lead the navy and white 13-7. Buffaloes will take over at their own 10-yard line. He needed to get 3. He only got 3 feet. That's 1 yard for you mathematicians. Ball's going to favor that far hash. Again, the rain has stopped pretty much, but it's the wind that has now picked up. So, Chase, I already saw that you had to pick up your weather pod. That got knocked over by the wind.
We're in dozer, boys.
Yeah, dozer package. We'll talk to Chase here in a moment. From their own 10-yard line, Clark's got the ball, trying to run it left. Sweeps back right, still pushing the pile. He's up off his feet, trying to get a push from his offensive line. and not a bad gain on first down for a gain of about 4. If my eyes don't deceive me, it'll be a gain of, again, about 5 to bring up second down and 5. But, Chase, is the wind hitting you as hard on the field as it is us here in the stands?
Yeah, it's hitting pretty hard right now. As you mentioned, the rain has kind of stopped, and I know that's not a good thing to say. Last time I said that, it picked right back up. But I had to pick up the weather pod. Chair got knocked over, but we're all right. Rearranged some things. I think we're good. But that wind is starting to pick up, blowing this way.
3:20 left to go in the third quarter. McAlester up by 6. Man in motion's Braden Bumpus here on the Wildcat formation, the Clark Cat. He's got the ball running it right. Got a lead blocker and some good yardage out past the 20. I think he's got the first down. Yeah, he's got the first down on a gain of 6. That'll move the chains for the Buffaloes. Again, I would say, 80% of McAllister's plays in the second half last week against Durant were the dozer.
Yeah.
And they went straight with dozer from their own 10-yard line.
And, I mean, when you find something like that works, just kind of stay in it, chew as much clock as you can.
I was about to say, in this formation, you do chew a lot of clock because Clark's got to come over to the near side, get the play, go back over to his men, break the huddle. First down and 10 from their own 21.
Well, all night long they've been doing that tonight, going over there and getting the play. So,
under 3 minutes now remaining in the third quarter. Buffalo's up by 6. Again in the Clark Cat. Here's a snap, running it left. Jordan Clark trying to find some open space. Now carrying Wolves out past the 25-yard line. Still pushing near the 30. Might have got another first down. Think it's going to be a yard shy. Gain of 9 on first down to bring up second down and 1. This is the only situation that you're looking at here. You might be wondering if McAlester ever does break out of the dozer here. Why did they break out of the dozer? It's because you get tired when you're playing on both sides of the ball, especially with your middle linebackers like Pfeiffer Mitchell and Will Spears having to play inside backer on one side of the ball, get a big-time stop, now have to be blockers. We'll see what happens here on second down and a long 1. And the snap goes behind Jordan Clark. He's got to jump on it from inside of his own 25. Now maybe even inside of his own 20. It's going to be a loss of about 7 yards, and now we're back in where we came from. Third down and 11 coming up for the Buffaloes. For the most part, bad snaps have not been a problem for McAlester tonight. That's really been the thing that's plagued the Shawnee Wolves.
Yeah, and it looks like
they're not getting out of dozer.
They're going to stay in dozer. But back to what you're saying, Brandon, about your inside linebackers playing both ways in it. Braden Bumpus, your outside backer.
That's true.
Is also what I call it a gunner because he's the receiver that comes, shuffles across the line of scrimmage. And Chase, you said the rain stopped and it's back.
We're going to have to call a timeout. We'll call a timeout and be back. McAllister's got 2 more left for the remainder of the game. We'll carry that conversation into the next time we come back. It's 13-7. McAlester is up. 1:23 left to go in the third quarter on KNED.
As we cheer on the Buffaloes for a great season, make sure your home is just as game ready with Freeze and Flare Heat and Air. Whether it's keeping warm during those chilly game nights or staying cool when the heat is on, we've got you covered with top-notch heating and cooling. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air today and enjoy home comfort that's always in the winning zone. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485. Go Buffs!
Well, the holiday season is upon us, which means family and friends will be over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and at Vickers Furniture, our showroom is full of name brand furniture at great savings and easy financing. Plus, there's free turkeys. Not only that, but you can get your $10,000 tickets here too. And did I mention a free turkey? Drop by Vickers Furniture for details. Vickers, 2nd and Choctaw, McAlester.
We're right here with you.
So the Buffaloes were going to stay in dozer, and now they go to the spread formation on third down and 10. Trips left from inside their own 20-yard line just by a hair. Cason Washington Maisie with Clark to his left. Rain picked back up here in Pottawatomie County. There's a snap on third and long. Looks, throws it late for Devion Bickham in a double coverage. Devion Bickham is that man! I thought he came down with it. Now the Shawnee Wolves are saying that they picked it off. It's Bickham!
Give it to Bickham.
Yeah, come on now!
You got mossed.
Devion Bickham is that guy. And he's going to let him know, too. He says, I stand on this, man. Pass it to Devion Bickham, and for the second time tonight, he's able to bring it down in coverage out to the Shawnee 44-yard line. That will move the chains.
Shout out KWM, rearing back, cocking it, throwing it deep into the rain, and that young man you wouldn't expect to be throwing long balls, he's letting them fly.
That will flip the field. McAlester now on Shawnee's side of the 50 with the rain pouring down. First down and 10, handoff. Jordan Clark left side, plenty of space. Past the 40-yard line, past the 35, spun down for a first down. Out near, I believe, the 32-yard line. 37 seconds left to go in the third quarter. A lot of threes here, and I'll have another one for you. 1-3-7. That's our score. 13-7, McAlester up. Just under 40 seconds left in the third quarter. And by the way, the touchdown that the Shawnee Wolves scored in the opening drive of the third, the first touchdown scored on the Buffaloes in the third quarter this season. No one had scored a touchdown in the third quarter against the Black Death defense until Shawnee on their opening drive of the third. Snap, handoff. Jordan Clark again, right up the gut again, right past another man. Stiff arm, and now dancing inside the 25, close to the 20-yard line. That will more than likely be the final play of the third quarter. Put those forwards up in the air, Buff fans. McAlester leads 13-7 on the Shawnee Wolves. We'll be back in just a moment on KNED.
Some zero-turn riding lawnmowers concentrate on performance. Others stay focused on comfort. But whoever said it's an either-or situation? With Gravely, you get plenty of both. And the ProTurn 300 is a perfect example. This newly designed mower is loaded with innovative features and is designed to keep the operator mowing comfortably from dawn to dusk. The Gravely ProTurn 300, the right balance of comfort and performance. Available at KC Farm Machinery, right across from the McAlester Union Stockyards.
A duo that's perfect together. That's Blackburn Plumbing and Air and Lennox. Blackburn Plumbing and Air is your local Lennox dealer, and we're committed to making your family's home comfort our top priority. With the wide assortment of Lennox products to offer, Blackburn Plumbing and Air will ensure your home's air is perfect for your family. Call us today at 918-423-2078 or visit us online at goblackburn.com to learn more about how you can experience expert service and care offered by Blackburn Plumbing and Air. License number 138890.
You finally get picked for kick for cash, and this is the game that you're trying to nail a 37-yard field goal. As there was a guy that was trying to do a kick for cash from the 20-yard line. He could not sink it well short, well off to the left. But, man, it's like, man, I finally get a chance to win some money. No, it didn't happen. So, anyway, though, the Buffaloes are just on the outside of the red zone. They're at the 23-yard line officially on the scoreboard is what they're calling it.
Storm time, boys. Wind's blowing on us. The rain is now coming down and starting to come into our territory.
Yep. Harder than it's come down all night long. Snap to KWM. Excuse me. That is KWM. He's running it right side. We lost a helmet here as Brandon Douglas.
And we had a pancake by 52.
Some positive yards here by Case Washington Maisie. Don't know exactly where he got to, though. A lot to unpack in that one play. It's a gain of 1 by Case Washington Maisie. We're now into the red zone officially. That is brought to you by Pop's Kettle Corn in Old Town. And again, 2714 North Main Street, McAlester. Perfect for weddings, graduations, baby showers, birthdays, and other special occasions. Gluten-free, keto-friendly. 918-404-5630 for quotes. A veteran-owned business. So second down and 9 coming up for McAlester. Leading by only a touchdown, no PAT. 13-7 is the score as we just began the fourth quarter. They had the ball right at the 20-yard line. KWM in the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Got to hurry and snap the ball. 2 to snap it. There it is. Handoff. Jordan Clark rushing right. Jordan Clark, more space. Staying on his feet near the 10-yard line. He's close to the line of gain for the first down. It's going to be a tight one there. But, yeah, the wind has picked up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour. The rain is coming down harder than it has all night long. The run by Clark was enough for the first down. He got the nose of the football to the 10. Ball's right between the hash marks. If McAlester can score here, they really put the pressure on the Shawnee Wolves with a torrential downpour right now in Pottawatomie County. McAlester also trying to kill some time. They break the huddle with 11 seconds to snap it.
How can you not be poetic about football?
Snap. Handoff, Braden Bumpus up the middle. Bumpus carrying the pile. Bumpus running over a Wolf down to the 2. Braden Bumpus gave Jordan Clark a little bit of a breather. And we'll see if the Buffaloes can punch it in here. Down to the 2. Jordan Clark had 2 touchdown runs a week ago. He's looking for his first here if they run with the dozer, which it looks like they will as he's getting his calls from Coach Adam Haas. 10:05 left to go in regulation in a 13-7 lead for McAlester. Second down and goal from the 2. Last time they snapped it from Dozer, mishandled the snap. 6 feet to go. The snap, running it right. Jordan Clark over his own man, tries to get to the goal line. He's tackled for a loss.
And that's why, because he ran into the back of his own man, and it deterred him, slowed him down a little bit.
You can thank DeMario Joyner. He pushed back his man all the way into the backfield. That's a loss of about 2 yards, and it brings up third down and goal from the 4. And again, I don't know if I would, with the weather conditions, I don't know if I would try to go for a field goal here, but if you don't get it, obviously if you don't get it, McAlster's had a lot of success though here. Nate is hanging on to the canopy literally for dear life. Dozer package again from third and goal from the 4. Snap. Pop pass over the middle. It is tipped. They were looking for, I believe that's Zane Owens in the end zone. And it was tipped by a Shawnee Wolf. And we'll see what the Buffs decide to do here. Again, if you're going to kick the field goal, you would go up by 2 scores, no matter what, if you make it.
I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're yelling. No, they're going for it.
But that's the thing. If you're trying to kick it that way, you're kicking into the wind with the rain.
Yeah.
And if you miss the field goal, even though you're from the 4, it still gets to the 20-yard line.
It is. The canopy is bucking now.
So here we go again. 4th and goal under center. Braden Bumpus. The snap, running right. Braden Bumpus looking for the goal line. He's still pushing. He's not going to get there. The Buffaloes had it second down and goal from the 2. Ran 3 straight plays, and they just went backwards. The Shawnee Wolves defense stands tall. And we still have this at a 1-score game with 9:02 left to go in regulation. 13-7, McAlester is on top. The Wolves will take over from their own 4-yard line. But, hey, again, Shawnee's had trouble with the snap so far today. If the snap goes behind him here, it's going to go through the end zone. Here, Nate, grab that. Oh. Woo!
It's all.
Nate, everyone's holding on for dear life.
And I'm stuck in the bungee cord. I can't do nothing.
Phillip, try to go over to your left a little bit if you can. Nate, we'll handle this. You handle the camera. Here's first down and 10. Hand off to Beavers. Beavers rushing right. Beavers out to the 7-yard line for a gain of 3 or 4 here. Holy moly, man. Oh, no. Hey, Phillip, you don't have to go down that far. Just hold on to the sides over here. If we hold on to the sides, we should be fine. Okay, that was a gain of 2. Sorry for those on video stream. We were trying. Hey, Phillip, you can come over here to this left side. We can hold on to the left. We got it.
Okay.
Yeah, just come up here. We're trying to make it happen in this wind. All of a sudden wanted to blow right in our faces. Second down and 7 from the 7-yard line. There's the clap. Campbell back to pass. Looking middle. Has all Dave. Tosses deep over the middle. It is incomplete. Almost coming up with the interception was Cleveland Williamson. He knocked it down, and it brings up third down and long. Man, we're getting some help from McAlester faithful here. Yeah, we had it come up on the back side here. There we go. Okay. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Again, we're getting some help here from McAlester fans. So I'm going to ask for y'all's name. What's your name? What's that? Randy Ruff? Thank you, Randy Ruff. He's helping us out. And who's that? Bob Snoder. Thank you guys for helping us keep the canopy down right now as Campbell's looking to pass on third down and long and throws it. That was a dart right through the hands of a Shawnee Wolf who is down. Now he gets back up. It's number 1. He's looking for Ijan Thomas. And now the Wolves will have to punt this one away as he went forward on third down and 7. Are we all good? We're good here now? No damage anywhere? Okay, all right, we're good. Chase, you're about to have to call the game from the sideline there for a moment.
Hey, I was prepared for the play-by-play if need be.
I thought we were about to get taken away. This is about to be Mary Poppins. So as the wind is picked up, that's like a understatement. Nate is holding on to the front. Make sure you hold on to that tripod.
Nate has the front.
Williams is going to punt this one away into the wind. 8:22 left to go in the game. McAlester is leading 13-7. Boy, that's going to – how did that camera stay up?
I don't know.
Our in-the-booth camera was just fine. Snap. Williams will punt this one away. It's an end-over-end punt. McKinney tells everyone to get out of the way. It's another great one by Williams. Bounces past the 50-yard line, past the 40. This one will roll towards the 35-yard line and will be down there.
You talk about flipping the field. He punted that out of his own end zone.
I think Lance Williams might be the Wolves player of the game so far. He's had one bad punt despite all this weather. And the Buffaloes will start this drive at their own 35. Where did he kick that one away from? He kicked that one away from the 7, so that's 43. That was a 58-yard punt? Is long on the year 60 from Lance Williams. So McAlester will once again get the ball. They had a really nice drive their last time, stalled out at the 2-yard line. If they can score a touchdown here, it's not over, but, I mean, they really put the pressure on the Wolves, who's only been able to score one touchdown to this point. 13-7, McAlester up by 6. Case and Washington Mazie in the gun. 2 receivers to each side, ball in the near hash. Man in motion's Brandon Smith. They'll give it over to Smith. Sweeping left. We already have a flag here. Smith trying to get the corner, and he's going to run out of bounds after a gain of only about 1 or 2. Okay, I think we're okay, though. I know the wind is still blowing, but I think we're going to be okay.
As long as the zip ties on the backside don't go up, that's what was scary.
Well, that was almost happened here just a little bit ago. But again, there's a hold on McAlester here that'll move them back 10 yards. I think I can get this side over here. I'll hold on to this one. You say you played this game in 1972? Similar situation here? All this rain and wind? No, is it not this rain and wind? It's back over here in Shawnee, though. First down and 20 here for the Buffaloes after the hold. Here's the snap. Case and Washington Mazie looking, now rolling right, looking for somebody. Will throw it late, and on his back was a Shawnee Wolf. Should have been a flag, possibly. He's looking for James Barr Jr.
That should have been PI.
We had number 16 of the Wolves. That was Jaden Smith on top of James Barr Jr. Tackled him before the ball got over to him. Brings up second down and 20 now for the Buffaloes. Ball is placed at the 25-yard line, near hash. 7:59 remaining in regulation. The Buffaloes lead 13-7. Again, if McAlester wins this game, they will be hosting a playoff game next week against the Claremore Zebras. If they lose this game, they will be going on the road to take on the Pryor Tigers. Near hash, Clark on the right side of KWM. 2 receivers to each side. Snap, back to pass, Washington Mazie. Looking middle, tossing over the middle, looking for Cleveland Williamson. It's caught at the 50-yard line. What a time by KWM. Gain of 24 yards. Laid it right over the top of the defender. That might be the best throw that Case and Washington Mazie has made all year long. Right over a defender to the 49-yard line.
Got on top of the ball, threw it, and he just delivered a strike to the shoulder pad. A great play there. Cleveland Williamson kept his composure, seeing that ball in. Knew he was going to take the hit on the backside. All around great play.
I mean, you couldn't have placed it better if you were playing a video game there. And maxed out at 99.
That right there, that could go down as a game-saving. Got a timeout, Shawnee. Or
I think they're just changing out the footballs.
Well, the far side judge blew a whistle and started shaking his hands like he was going to call a timeout. So that's why I thought.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Boy,
Yes,
our canopy was almost going to fly back to Pittsburgh County about 15 minutes ago. When we have it tied down with zip ties and everything else, and it still was not going to – it didn't care. So they're drying off the ball is what they were doing.
We would have found it on I-40 somewhere.
Somewhere. From their own 49-yard line, McAlester after the dart from Case and Washington Mazie to Cleveland Williamson has it first down and 10. Still on their side of the 50. Here's the snap. Handoff. Jordan Clark up the middle. Positive gain. Carrying Wolves out to about the 45-yard line. Gain of 6 for Jordan Clark. Brings up second down and 4. And right now McAllister's wanting that clock to tick, 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 tick.
I mean, that's what you're wanting, you know. And that pass from KWM to Cleveland Williamson, if you go on to win this game and you're able to milk this drive, that could be one of the plays of the game right there. Stepped up deep in your own territory and delivered a strike over the middle.
And, oh, by the way, there is one situation where McAlester, if they lose this game, can still host if they lose by 1.
Okay.
So a touchdown and a PAT, if Shawnee gets it, McAlester would still host. That would come down to points differential. We'll look at it in the postgame show here first. Let's win first, though. Here's the handoff over to Braden Bumpus. Bumpus going nowhere but backwards. A loss of 1 or 2 here. Bring up third down at about medium. Getting on Shawnee's side of the 50. 3rd and 5 coming up. Yeah, that was, I believe those were the 2 situations here, was if McAlester were to, if they won this game or if they lost this game by 1, it didn't matter what Bishop Kelly did unless they lost. And right now, Bishop Kelly's only up 29-14. Durant trying to make the comeback. 6:06 and ticking. Ball's on the far hash at the 47-yard line. Buffaloes break the huddle with 7 to snap it. Got to hurry.
They've already burned over more than 2 minutes on this drive.
Trips right, 1 second, they just get it off in time. Casey Washington Maisie looking near side, now looking back. Steps up in the pocket, will try to run it, and he's slung forward out to the 46, back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. And that's Demarion Joyner, who is the team leader in sacks. He's able to bring him down for a gain of only 1 there by Casey Washington Maisie on the rush, and the Buffaloes will punt this one away.
He was looking deep, but he had the check down with nobody within a county mile of him. Davion Bickham was just standing there waiting on that ball. If he turns and goes to the check down route, Davion Bickham probably beats the bus back to McAlester.
So McKinney will be back deep to punt this one away, standing at his own 45-yard line. Shaw ready to return. There's a snap. Going to go for it here is McKinney trying to get the corner. McKinney cuts it back at the 45-yard line, still on his feet, had 3 more yards to go before he ran into the Navy jerseys. And he's going to be about 2 yards shy. And the Wolves are able to turn it over on downs there for Jackson McKinney. He's gone for it on 4th down 3 times in the last 2 weeks. McAlester hasn't been able to get it yet. And McKinney's getting chewed out right now. He's going to make his way to the near sideline. Good field position here for the Wolves. If they run it out 57 yards and cross the goal line, they have a chance to be able to take the lead on the Buffaloes. It's 13-7. 5 minutes left on the clock. Shawnee has 3 timeouts left. McAlester has 2. Here on the Wolves senior night. Ball in the near hash at the 40. That's the 43-yard line. Campbell in the pistol with Beavers behind him. Snap, back to pass is Campbell. Pump fakes, looks back right. Going for the screen pass. Diving catch made. Did he make it? Yeah, he did. Beavers with the diving catch. Full extension forward out to the 44-yard line. That's a lot of effort for only 3 feet. Brings up 2nd down and 9.
Looked like Superman coming around right there.
You see the wind take that ball?
My goodness.
That looked like a knuckleball in Colorado. 2nd down and 9 on the way. From their own 44-yard line, the stands here are starting to rattle. Snap over to Campbell. Campbell looking right. Darts it. Fine. Nope. Again, an incomplete pass. He was looking for Ramel Slaughter Bay, and that's what you're going to get here when you have this wet turf and the rain. A lot of drop passes. We've seen a lot of them tonight. Brings up 3rd down and 9 here for the Wolves from their own 44-yard line. Clock stops at 4:37 left in the game.
Buffalo faithful, they're getting loud right now. Kevin Harmon of the Buffalo defensive staff, yeah, I guarantee he's dialing something up right now. He knows they're going to try to get a 1st down. The rain's as calm as it's been this whole quarter. They're going to try to throw something. Here we go.
Buffalo's starting to press. Here's the snap. Campbell will hand it off over to Beavers. Beavers right up the gut. Not much. Let's see if they decide to go for it here on 4th down. That'd be a gain of about 3. What would you do here, Phillip? If you are Coach Madonna, do you go for it here on 4th down knowing that you may not get the ball back? 4:22 left in the game.
Knowing I may not get the ball back.
They have all 3 timeouts, though.
No, it's hard. I think I would just punt it and see if I could get them deep because I would use my 3 timeouts and then send the house on the punt. But he's going for it.
4th down and 7. If they don't get it here, this could be the game. Campbell, empty backfield, 5 wide, 3 receivers to the left side. Snap. Campbell looking right, passing right. It is incomplete. There was some miscommunication there on the pass. I think that's number 4, Ramel Slaughter Bay, was still running when the ball was thrown. And by the time he turned around, it hit the turf. So McAlester turns the Shawnee Wolves over on downs, and they have the ball beginning at the Shawnee 47-yard line. Again, Shawnee has all 3 timeouts, though, so if they can force McAlester to go 3 and out, this is still a game here. By the way, we have an update here. If you're keeping track of Norman and Bixby, Norman's leading Bixby 31-20.
Could the Spartan dynasty be over?
We'll find out next on this week's edition of OSSAA Weekly. No one wants us to do a high school show, I can tell you that. 3:54 left to go in the game. McAlester has 2 timeouts left. Shawnee with all 3. From the 47-yard line, moving left to right. The snap. Running it is Braden Bumpus, who takes a high hit. Never went down. He was never down. But they rule him down at the 44-yard line after a gain of about 3 or 4. He was never close to down there. He rolled over a Shawnee Wolf. And the rain picks up again. Like I said, maybe this isn't quite the level of the monsoon. But this is a torrential downpour that we've had in Shawnee for 95% of the game.
You know, it really would be like a monsoon had the wind not been blowing so hard and pushing the rain across the field.
Snap, handoff, Jordan Clark. Pass 1 tackle to the 40-yard line. Takes a huge lick at the 40. Gets positive yardage out to make this one 3rd down and manageable here. 3rd and it looks like 3 or 4. And we have some whistles here too. Chase, it's been a little while since we checked down with you. How's everything going on the sideline? What have you seen from the Buffaloes?
Hey, you know, that's perfectly fine because every time you come down to me, I've got to take my hands out of my pockets. But, I mean, the rain has picked up again, but it's a great atmosphere. I mean, this is something you dream about playing football weather-wise, especially with playoffs staring at you 1 week later. I mean, it's a great environment. Everybody's been amped up on the sideline this whole time.
A home playoff game on the line for the Buffaloes. 3rd down and 4.
And
Under 3 minutes left to go in the game.
You're 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from hosting.
Running it right at the middle on 3rd down. Braden Bumpus and more. He's in the clear. Braden Bumpus to the end zone. Touchdown McAlester. And that might have just sent them to the hook. Braden Bumpus was bumping off of Wolves. Straight to the crib, and McAllister's up 19-7. Wyatt Phillips on to attempt the PAT with the wind blowing in from the west. Mullins wants the snap. There it is. There's the PAT. It's a sidewinder, but it is through. McAllister's up 20-7. 2:27 away from going back to McAlester next week. We'll see if they can finish it off here on K&ED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers offers high-quality, affordable care with locations in McAlester and Hartshorn. Caring Hands provides easy access to healthcare at reduced costs, medical, dental, behavioral health, and substance abuse services. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurance, and offer reduced pricing for patients that are underinsured or not insured based on income. We offer transportation and a 340B discount pharmacy program. Caring Hands Healthcare Centers. For more information, call 918-426-2442.
So Braden Bumpus, he might have just kept on running until he got back to Pittsburgh County. If McAlester can hold on to a 13-point lead with 2:27 left in this game, Shawnee with all 3 timeouts, McAlester will be hosting next week against the Claremore Zebras. There's the boot from Wyatt Phillips. A little pooch kick out to the 20-yard line taken by Beavers. There's a big return here for the Shawnee Wolves. They'll move it up and be crashed into at the 30-yard line. We've had some big hits here in Pottawatomie County. Phillip, we have a drive summary in this one. That was a big one there for the Buffaloes. Might have clinched this one.
A 3-play, 47-yard touchdown drive that took 1 minute, 27 seconds off the clock. Finished off with a 41-yard touchdown run by the senior Braden Bumpus. The point after was successful. That is your drive summary by TNW Tire. Stop in and say hi to Gedlin Doug. And they carry Goodyear, Michelin, and all kinds of other brands that will fit your budget. That's TNW Tire McAlester, 918-426-6571.
So the Wolves begin this drive at their own 30-yard line. They've got to go 70 yards and then get an onside kick. Snap. Campbell back to pass, looking right, tossing quickly, finds a man at the 40-yard line right near the first down marker. Again, I believe it's been his favorite target so far today, Ramel Slaughter-Bay. You know, he came into this game with only 9 receptions. He's got to have at least 5 today. That'll be a catch of 9 yards, brings him second down and 1 as they rule him down at the 39-yard line. Clock will continue to run. We're at the 2-minute, what would be the 2-minute warning in college football and in NFL. Wolves got to move quickly, but they're trying to dry the ball off. Second down and 1. Campbell. Snap. And he lost the ball. I think the Wolves are back on it, though, as he jumps back on it around the 37. Again, the snap has been a problem for both of our teams tonight. Not so much for McAlester, but more so for the Shawnee Wolves. It's a loss of about 3. And now we have late flags coming in, too, and this is going to be on McAlester. Because I see some people coming up from the pile saying, you got to keep your wits, man. They're trying to do that to you. They're trying to get 15 free yards, and they're going to get it here.
I don't know
who it was, but I saw about 3 or 4. Chase, I think, had a good view of this.
I think it might be Pfeiffer Mitchell. I didn't see a lot of pushing. I just saw a lot of talking back and forth, but I think Pfeiffer may be the guilty party here.
I know Pfeiffer and also Will Spears was in the area, too. Again, doesn't matter who it was. You just got to keep your wits about you, because now you give Shawnee an extra 15 yards after that would have been third down and about medium. 1 minute 32 left in the game. That moves him past the 50-yard line to the 48. Trips left. Again, 92 seconds left. McAlester up 20-7. They restart the clock. Trying to get the clock to move. They're still not starting it. Here's the snap. Campbell looking left, passing left. It is incomplete. Throw behind him. There's been miscommunication here between Campbell and his wide receivers, too, because they've been going further along in their route. Campbell's wanting to have a quick trigger, and by the time that they turn around, ball's already zooming past him. That happened on a 4th down attempt on their last drive. Clock stops at 1:27, second down and 10 from the Buffalo 48-yard line. Scratch that 47. And Brandon Douglas is going to step out for a little bit. Silas Spencer checks in for him. Here's his mouthpiece. Second down and 10. Trips left. Here's the snap back to Campbell. Campbell under pressure by Noah Leonardo. Dumps it off for Beavers. Beavers on the screen pass. Runs into Pfeiffer Mitchell and Braden Bumpus. You know, I think a lot of people are going, who thinks it's a big hit? It was Pfeiffer and Braden that collided with each other.
Yeah.
Their two helmets collided with each other, but they got back up, slapped each other on the helmet again.
Shawnee takes a timeout.
With 1:18 left in the game, McAlester up 20-7. Third down and 10 from the Buffalo 47 coming up here on KNED.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Shawnee, Oklahoma. McAlester has forced Shawnee to burn one of their 3 timeouts. They got 2 left with 1:18 remaining in the game. Buffaloes lead 20-7. Shawnee's got to score a touchdown here and get the onside kick. They have to also overcome third down and 10 here from the Buffalo 48-yard line. Campbell comes back out. Beavers is not taking a snap off from the running back spot. He lines up in the slot. There's 4 receivers to the right. Here's the snap. Campbell back to pass. Rolling out right. Now dumps it down late. Finds a man at the 40-yard line. Running forward to the 35. Still on his feet and runs out of bounds just inside the 35-yard line. This will be a first down catch and go for number 14. Tyree Fleeks, I believe, is the receiver there, number 14. And he does get the first down to move the chains And it does stop the clock as Fleeks gets out of bounds. Tyron Fleeks. 1:09 left. 13-point lead for McAlester. Ball's placed at the 33-yard line. Empty backfield again. Campbell's got the ball. Looking right. Passing right. He'll be caught and quickly out of bounds. Getting these nickel and dime plays so far. I think that one is over to Jaden Hunt on the far sideline. Only 4 seconds went off the clock on that play.
Textbooks drive right here by the Wolves, getting these out routes, getting these deep crossers, getting them out of bounds.
Low snap. Campbell picks it back up. Now looks over to his left. Now goes back to the other side for a deep pass that'll be falling to the turf. Again, if I'm Campbell there, I might even try to just run it to the left. Looked like he had a lot of wide open green turf if he wanted to take off and run there. The last pass completion went for about 7 yards. That one was incomplete. We have 3rd down and 3, maybe 3.5 coming up here from the Buffalo. I'm trying to find that yardage mark from around the Buffalo 27-yard line.
That ball also was a duck out of his hand, went straight in the air, flopping around.
Wynn caught it too. 58 seconds left in this one. Buffalo's up by 13. Snap back to Campbell. Campbell looking middle, now looking right. Steps up and tries to run it. Still inbounds, high steps again, runs into a Buffalo, and he's tackled. I don't know if he was able to get out of bounds.
Will Spears delivered the tackle inbounds.
And they will call a timeout with 48 seconds left. Well, not yet. It's enough for a first down. Just got enough for the first down. Now the clock should be starting. That's what the officials are trying to tell them to do. Now they start it. 45 seconds. Keeps on ticking down. Here's the snap on first down and 10. Passing low, and it's incomplete. Looking for a man on a crossing route. That time he was looking for number 13, Jaden Hunt. I'm trying to look around our canopy. I'm trying to look around other people's canopies. I'm trying to look around players.
Umbrellas. Cameras.
39 seconds left. McAlester looks like they're well on their way to playing against the Claremore Zebras next week in McAlester. It would take quite a miracle here in Shawnee for them to be able to win this one. Campbell, again, another snap that rolls behind Campbell. He picks it up and rolls out right, looks down towards the end zone, stops, throws across his body, finds a man open on a crossing route to the 5-yard line. There's a flag coming in as we do have a touchdown to number 4, Ramel Slaughter Bay. This one might be coming back, though.
They had an offensive lineman way down the field.
How did Zyron Campbell even do that, though?
That's special.
That ball rolled past him. He kept his wits, rolled to the right, and found a wide open man. It's a block in the back on the Shawnee Wolves. So touchdown is off the board. Could still be a first down, though, depending on where the block in the back was made at. It looks like the 12-yard line is where the ball is spotted at. So it's still enough for a first down. Ball's placed at the 12. 28 seconds left. 20-7, McAlester up by 13. Campbell, empty backfield, first down and 10. Snap. It went right past him, and now he picks it up just underneath the center, rolls it out right. Now is tackled by Will Spears, and he brings him back in play. That's going to force the Shawnee Wolves to burn a timeout.
That ball didn't roll past him. That ball never got past the center's legs.
He had to go underneath the center to pick up that ball. But also, what about the effort of Will Spears to say, get back over here, like he's Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. He grabbed him and bear hugged him and brought him back in bounds, and that forces the Shawnee Wolves to call a timeout. We'll take a 30-second and be back. 19 seconds left in the game. Buffalo's up 20-7 here on KNED.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts. Get up to $17,500 in discounts on every new Ram truck in stock, including all heavy duties. Use this savings to pay off those credit cards and other bills just in time for the holidays. Patriot makes your next Ram truck affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Stock number 24559, MSRP 75905.
So you could thank Will Spears for the fact that the Shawnee Wolves have to burn a timeout here on that gain, that scamper by Zyron Campbell. A lot of bad snaps here on this drive, but somehow Campbell has kept this drive still alive. 19 seconds left in the game. 20-7, McAlester leads. Second down and call it 6 coming up from inside the 10-yard line. They got the 9. Empty backfield, again 5 wide. They've been rolling with that for most of this drive. 19 seconds left. The snap back to Campbell. Campbell looking right. Lost the ball. Has to pick it back up. Ball still rolling around on the turf. And sliding in and grabbing it are the Buffaloes. Will Spears. He slipped and slided. Or I guess slip and slid all the way to the ball. Like he was a baseball player sliding into second base. He went feet first with that ball, picked it up, and that will seal the win. Campbell reared back to pass, and as he did so, it slipped out of his hands. Could not save that play, and Will Spears will put the nail in the coffin. And the McAlester Buffaloes will be playing at the Hook next week against the Claremore Zebras, a rematch of the 2019 first-round playoff game that the Buffaloes won by a few scores. All that's left to do is take the snap and take the knee with 10 seconds left. There is the snap, there is the knee, and ladies and gentlemen, Buffalo fans far and wide, grab that brush and paint that win column black and gold in rainy Shawnee, Oklahoma. The Buffaloes in the regular season at 8-2 and 6-1 in district play. Their best regular season record since the 2022 season. Their best district record since the 2021 season. What do those two seasons have in common? The black and gold made it to the state championship game. Can they do it again in 2024? That is yet to be found out. The playoffs begin now. McAlester will be at home against the Claremore Zebras a week from tonight. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be having our post-game interview. We're also going to be having our post-game show. That'll be brought to you by the fine folks at McAlester Direct Primary Care. So make sure that you stick around. Again, the first part of our post-game show will be on the video stream, but after that we will go to radio only. You've been listening to McAlester Football. Again, we'll take a break and be back here in about 4 or so minutes on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
I love fall. Cool breeze, cozy sweaters, and Fit Nissan of McAllister's falling prices. Exactly, just like the leaves change colors, our prices keep dropping. Have you seen the new Rogue? It's as bold as autumn red. Or the sleek black Altima, smooth as crisp November nights. With these prices, you'll be falling in love with your new ride before the last leaf hits the ground. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fit Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fitnissan.com.
Kawasaki's Ridge and Ridge XR family set the new off-road standard, built for work and play. Ridge side-by-sides deliver versatile performance with a powerful 4-cylinder engine and premium interior features. For even more trail-taming power, the Ridge XR family offers more horsepower and versatility for rugged work or advanced play. This is peak premium performance. Shop the full Kawasaki Ridge lineup today at Vickers Power Sports, 1904 South Main, McAlester.
As we cheer on the Buffaloes for a great season, make sure your home is just as game ready with Freeze and Flare Heat and Air. Whether it's keeping warm during those chilly game nights or staying cool when the heat is on, we've got you covered with top-notch heating and cooling. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air today and enjoy home comfort that's always in the winning zone. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485. Go Buffs!
Well, the holiday season is upon us, which means family and friends will be over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and at Vickers Furniture, our showroom is full of name brand furniture at great savings and easy financing. Plus, there's free turkeys. Not only that, but you can get your $10,000 tickets here too. And did I mention a free turkey? Drop by Vickers Furniture for details. Vickers, 2nd and Choctaw, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
It's over in Shawnee, Oklahoma. The McAlester Buffaloes win 20-7 over the Shawnee Wolves to be able to host a playoff game next week. Again, 20-7 was our final score. This is the Buffalo Postgame Show presented by McAlester Direct Primary Care, offering 24/7 access to your provider. Call 918-233-6522. Now on the field with Coach Adam Hass, we have Phillip Jewell Jr.
All right, I'm standing down here with Coach Hass. Coach, what are your thoughts on the game?
Oh, man. I mean, it's just another display of this team's grit, another display of their eat mentality, effort, attitude, and toughness. You know what I mean? I mean, adverse conditions tonight with all the rain and everything else, and they just kept fighting, and we found a way. So I'm proud of these guys. We had a good week of practice. You know, we obviously didn't practice in the rain this week because it didn't rain that much on us there. And so when we got here, I thought we handled it about as good as we could, and they fought all night long.
So you didn't turn the sprinklers on them none, just to get them prepared?
You know, the thought had crossed my mind to either practice in the sprinklers or see if we could get the fire department out there to spray us down as we're running plays or running defense. But no, we didn't do that. We kind of focused on the game plan and on ourselves and executing in all phases. And, I mean, it paid off.
Coach, next week, Claremore at our place. What are your thoughts moving forward on this team as we now move to win-or-go-home games?
I mean, you know, we got to clean up some things. You know, we got to clean up some things in all phases of the ball. We made some mistakes tonight, and we didn't execute at times, and we got to fix those mistakes if we want to be where we think we can be. But like I said, I mean, there's not another team that shows as much grit as the Buffaloes, and I'm proud of the boys.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach. God bless. See you next week. Yep, One last thing to say. How about them Buffs?
How about them Buffs?
Back to you, Brandon.
Thank you, Sarah. As always, great interview there with Phillip Jewell Jr. with Coach Hass there. Again, this is the Buffalo Postgame Show presented by McAlester Direct Primary Care. McAlester wins this one 20-7 to improve to 8-2 and 6-1 in district play. It's their best district record since they ended up winning the district back in 2021 with the perfect 7-0 record. Again, the 2022 year, they lost 2 district games, one against Sapulpa and one against the Coweta Tigers. So this is their best district record at 6-1 since that 2021 season, and their best record since they went 8-2 in the 2022 season. The thing that both those seasons have in common, McAlester made it to the gold ball game. Now, there's a good side and a bad side to be able to hosting a game. We're going to talk about that in the post-game show, though. So we want you to make sure that you go to your app. Again, we're already in the postgame show, but we're about to just go straight to radio only, so you can either tune in 98.3 FM, 1150 AM, or you can listen on the KNED app, that blue logo, wherever you find it, or you can listen online at McAlsterRadio.com on the KNED tab. But the Buffaloes win 20-7, which means that they're going to play the Claremore Zebras next week at the Hook in a rematch of the 2019 first-round playoff game. That was the last time that those two teams played each other. So we're going to see how that rolls out. That's the information that you need to know. Looks like the Bishop Kelly Comets will improve to third place with their win tonight. I think they're still in the lead.
Yeah, regardless now that they're locked into 3.
Yeah, so Shawnee
5A3 is locked in.
Yeah, so Shawnee's going to come in down to 4, and that means that they're going to Del City, I believe. So
I believe that's right.
Either way, though, the thing you need to know if you're a McAlester Buffalo fan, you're taking on Claremore next week at the Hook, so make sure to be there and make it loud, too. And also, first-round playoff games in Oklahoma, veterans get in free. That is what happens first-round playoff games.
Love that.
We'll mention that again as we get a little bit closer to next Friday, but that is how it's been in years past. I believe that's how it's still going to be this upcoming Friday, but we'll get confirmation on that, but that is how it usually is. But, again, make sure you get your radios out or your phones out. Make sure you listen to the rest of the postgame show on the radio side of things or on your KND app or the website. Again, the final score here tonight, 20-7, the McAlester Buffaloes win this one. Again, this is the Buffalo Postgame Show presented by McAlester Direct Primary Care, offering 24/7 access to your provider. Call 918-233-6522.